at Circle K. If you guys didn't know, we're in over 600 Circle Ks. So if you're stopping for gas, grabbing a fucking dirty hot dog, check the fridge. They probably have Happy Dads. We got some fans here. How long you guys been watching the vids?
I started watching 19.
Holy shit, how old are you now?
22.
That's lit. All right, well, we'll get you guys some gas and some Happy Dads.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you so much, man.
It is Friday, right?
Going camping.
Happy
This is
Friday,
so
man.
perfect.
Happy Friday.
Thank you guys. I
Say
fucking
thank you
appreciate
to
it.
Circle K.
Hey, thank you, Circle K. Fuck, shout out to Happy Dad. Appreciate it.
Am I good to come in? I'm bored as fuck. Okay, I'm bored as hell. Ooh, the Happy Dad. What's up, guys? I'm Kyle, and I'm gonna say something controversial because that's what I do. Oh, are those the questions? Am I getting a sneak peek? What were you doing in the UK? Your mom? This feels like cheating. I feel like I shouldn't be reading these. All right, now get the fucking camera out of my face. Yeah, I'm great.
Hell yeah.
How's it going?
Sweet.
Are we just starting without the other boys?
Steiny's on it, and then Brad, I guess. Brad just became like a official host of the podcast.
Where
That's what
is
kinda-
he?
I don't know. I think it got to his head.
How about this? Can I just take a spot?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you let me? If I
Let
wanted
us know.
to?
Should Mr. Beast take Brad's spot on the pod?
That would be fun.
Comment. Let us know. What
I
you
would
guys
do
think.
that just as a joke. I would like show up to all the episodes.
We should low key fuck with him
Yeah.
when he comes in.
You said he texted you this morning?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was like, "Are you free after the pod?" And I felt bad, and I was like, "No." So maybe I just hurt his feelings, and now he's not showing up.
Ooh, I wonder what he was trying to finesse
Whoa,
there.
Brad trying to finesse early. Brad's a sneaky finesser.
Yeah, trying to get that working out with MrBeast clout video probably.
100%.
Yeah.
So what's going on here this weekend? I didn't even know this was going on.
Yeah, this is just like a conference. We get a bunch of YouTubers together. We talk data, about as nerdy as it gets, but that's what I live
That's
for.
dope though.
Yeah.
I mean, so like what's this is something that you're like a partner in?
Yes.
What's it
yeah.
called? Summit?
Vid Summit.
Vid Summit.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So you're just teaching new guys or up and coming guys?
Well, the thesis for it and why I like it is like there are always tons of new people who are just hungry and learning shit. And it's like that one time a year where they get together and I'm just like, hey, teach me what you learned. And they'll be like, show me all the cool new stuff. Cause I don't really keep up to date with like all the new tricks or stuff like that. I don't know why. It's just not as fun for me anymore. I just like making videos instead of studying the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just let them do it and just teach me. If that makes sense.
What type of, is there any other creators we would know that are coming?
I don't really know. It's a lot of Reed. Do you know of anyone else who's coming?
I was trying to think. Darman.
Yeah, Darman. I mean, it's a lot of people, but not really his type of crowd.
How much info do you? Oh,
Okay,
nice.
Danny. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
No,
How
I'm
much-
interested in this too because we've been talking recently too. Like you say, it's nerdy, but I mean that's obviously something we're into. Is like we're obviously. I think everyone that's a YouTuber is still like a big numbers guy in a way.
Of
Like
course,
you have
yeah.
to be, right? Like you got to be an entertainer, and then you obviously got to be into analytics in some shape or form,
100%.
right?
Like if you get 10 million views on a video, it means 100 million people saw the thumbnail and 90 were like, I don't want to fucking watch it. So like, yeah, if you just optimize it a little more, it could have been 20 of them click instead of 10 million.
See, I'm excited too. Like I want to interview
Yeah.
you too and learn about you, but I just want to pick your brain too.
Yeah,
you know
let's
what I
do
mean?
it.
Like,
Let's fucking go.
You've got the secret algorithm for sure.
I got
like
you guys.
this even for us is like a free lesson with you. You know what I mean? Like you're the numbers fucking guy. Like,
Just give me half the revenue. We'll call it even.
all right. Well, we
the
don't make
fuck?
any revenue.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are you guys
that's been our
demonetized
thing.
still?
Yeah, we always use a lot of copyright shit too. So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
but that's always been our thing. Is
Oh
like,
my gosh, I just got flashbacks. Remember when you guys left YouTube and only posted on Full Send?
Yeah.
What happened with that whole arc?
Fuck, that was like 4 or 5
Yeah.
years ago, and I think we tried to do it, and obviously that's something we want to do one day is kind of build our own platform.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was quite the right time
I
to
feel
do
that.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really limited our growth, like posting behind a paywall.
Yeah.
So, and I think it just kind of, for me, it's cool. You're making a lot of money off the subscriptions, but it takes the fun out of it. Like for
Exactly.
me, it was always about uploading a video and like getting as many views and getting as many people to enjoy it as possible and
Yeah.
getting that feedback. And back when YouTube used to go more viral too, like that was
Exactly. Well, and
that was
Happy
fun.
Dad would be a fraction
Oh, of
as
course.
successful if it was behind a paywall. So it
course.
was a no-brainer. That's why when you first announced that, I was like, oh shit. Like That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting to see you, like, you guys crushed it, and then, you know, you had that weird phase, whatever, where you jumped over there, and now you guys are crushing it again. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, we don't know where we stand with YouTube. Like, we don't know if they like, I feel like some of them like us and then some of them hate us. Like, we don't really know. Like, guys, I guess you saw Steve's channel got taken down recently.
I did. And wasn't it because he just showed like the URL for the site? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, you guys clearly appealed to an older audience. So the platform does need you to keep, you know, just, I don't know a better way to say it than just older people entertained. So it is in their best interest to have people like you guys and Danny Duncan and other people who might skirt the line, but it's just, that's what a lot of people like watching. You know what I mean? If not, the place will just come and turn into a platform for kids, you know?
They must love you, YouTube. Like, you have a good relationship. They call you, keep up with you, all that?
Not really, but I don't really need anything from them. So, like, I'm sure if I called and wanted something, I might be able to get it, but for the most part, I just kind of do my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about other creators? Like, do you pay attention with everything that other people are doing, or do you just focus on yourself?
Well, one thing I've learned throughout doing this is it's very weird. The YouTube algorithm, everything is so optimized that it just gives people what they want. So, like, to get more views on a video, you shouldn't study the algorithm. You should just study what the fuck people want to watch. That's really it. Like, and if you make a video people want to watch and pace it well and have a good story, they'll just promote it.
How so? How do you study what people want to watch?
So then it's just getting into human psychology. So, like, what are the things that they're currently interested in? What are things that just typically work? Like, typically we like building connections to humans, or, you know, just like go study a Pixar film. You'll learn more studying that than you will like some of the biggest YouTube channels. You know what I mean? Because they just have it on lockdown what people like.
What Pixar film is the best?
Honestly, I'm a little biased because I'm just a huge fan of Steve Jobs. So I like the ones made when he was alive. So like Toy Stories and those.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
Yeah.
I feel like Lion King has some good life lessons too. I know that's Disney. But.
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Bangers back in the day. You know, I'm still a little sad. So Bradley he didn't even tell you. He's just not showing up.
Well, I think you're one of the only guys. Shout out to Jimmy. You're early.
Well, you also
we said we're gonna do a schedule change. He told me, I'm like, oh, is he gonna be late? He's like, nah, he's 15 minutes early. So we're like, oh shit,
Bro,
you beat us here.
You denied his one-on-one, so if like he's not getting his thumbnail with you, then he's like, hey, is it worth my time?
He's just gonna show up and start shit talking me.
No,
you know what'd be really funny, low key, is if when Brad comes in, you tell him, you're like, yo, I've actually been thinking of like a video from my channel I want to do with you.
Yeah.
Like, and
Will
like,
you
maybe
troll
be
him?
like, and
You got to, bro.
Okay.
that'd be pretty fun. Like you want to do a video on your channel and like push a bunch of subs to him or some shit.
Well, I want to do a workout video. I got it. I'll do it when he gets
Be
here.
like, I had this idea. I want to make you the star of it.
I want to see if you can every
shit
dollar.
himself.
No, he would get excited if it was like every dollar you can bench press, I'll let you keep. Because I bet he could bench like $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. I got it.
Yeah, do that.
But actually, one thing I want, I hate that I keep asking you questions, but I see Happy Dad everywhere when I go into stores and stuff like that. So
You're in North Carolina, right?
Yeah. So I'm curious, like, have you ever said publicly like what the numbers are or like how well it's doing? Like,
not publicly, no.
Can they just bleep what? Can you just tell me the revenue and they just bleep it?
The revenue's difficult because obviously.
Oh, there he is.
Right. Here he is.
There's the tank.
So sorry. I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Totally.
No, we're saying you officially joined the podcast, and then you just show up
Your
late.
first episode as the host.
You guys told me 10:30.
I know. Well, Mr. Beast,
Yeah, look what
Mr.
time it
Beast,
is.
bro.
10:22.
He's
Oh,
dialed
shit.
though. You got to
Yeah.
know
Oh,
he's
I
gonna
didn't
show
even
up a little
realize it.
early.
Yeah, I had to shit, dude. I was like, I planned my shit. I planned all that stuff around.
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's what you get.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah,
Very good
you
to officially
too.
meet
We were actually just talking. I was telling them that I wanted to do a video where I saw how much you could bench press. Like, so we take the plates off and we put money on the sides, and for every dollar you can bench press, you can keep to see if you could like bench $1 million or $500,000.
Jackpot.
For his channel.
I asked him. I said, yo, is there any Nelk video we could do with you for your channel?
Yeah.
He's like, we're trying to get to 10 million subs.
Yeah.
And then he was like, we could brainstorm, but apparently he had one that
Yeah.
you guys were going to
let's
talk
do
about.
I was curious. So we have it set up for after this.
So I guess you're hitting 10 mil.
So it's
before
basically
us.
like 2 baskets are attached to it, and we're just gonna dump a ton of money in, and then just go till you can't rep it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like actually?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I would have prepared. I would have like
Yeah.
got some like, I don't know, pre-workout or something.
So you're about to get that diamond before us, I guess.
Damn. That's amazing. I'm actually really excited. I didn't know this was happening.
Yeah.
I just didn't shit. I came
No,
out
we're
of
just
this.
fucking with you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was your punishment for being late.
Damn.
Hey, don't let it
I was
happen
hyped
again.
for that. Wow.
What were we talking about though?
Yeah. What do
I
you
was
guys?
just asked about Happy Dad. But yeah, you guys are crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't personally seen like none of the partners have seen like any like profit from it.
Of course,
Like,
'cause you
everything's
gotta-
going back into like cans. Our biggest thing is just getting enough cans, honestly. Like it's about keeping it on the shelves.
Well, I relate to that because our snack brand, same thing. So even if you sold hypothetically 50 million in a couple months, it's like, well, you just use that for the next purchase order. So you just keep recycling the money.
Yeah. Alcohol is it's an interesting one too because there's so many rules with it too. Like you can't publicly bash other brands too. So I think even like talking about revenue versus other brands could get us in trouble.
You can't wait. That's a law.
There's so many rules.
I can't say.
You can't bash another brand, so I can't say fuck White Claw or
but I
otherwise
can.
you'd see us.
So
you can.
So I
Maybe.
can say like a White Claw is a piece of shit alcohol brand, and you're an idiot if you fucking drink it. But if you said those same words, you'd get in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, you'd see us bashing like all these brands, right? Like that's what we used to do.
I need to look into legal ramifications. I just shit on Hershey's all the time because
that's the thing with snacks. I think you're chilling.
Okay,
like
there's less regulations.
You can be like fuck Reese's Pieces. And
all the time. I just grab a Hershey's bar, and anytime I see one, I just fucking throw it at the wall. It's kind of a joke. That's so funny.
With your brand like that, are you like going after like the big dogs like that? Like we're going after like not even White Claw, like we're going after like Budweiser. Like we feel it's like a lifestyle brand. You know, you don't really see people wearing like a White Claw shirt, but you see people wearing Budweiser shirts. You know, so is that like your kind of motto too with what you're trying to build? Is like going after the big dogs?
Yeah, 100%. I think. Honestly, like, it's funny. I just went into a Walmart a couple of days ago because we just started selling there. And Hershey's bars, they have like Superman on it and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, all these like characters. And it's like, who the fuck cares? Why? No one would buy a goddamn Hershey's bar because it has a superhero on it. And I think like just a lot of modern snacks, they've just been here forever. They're kind of boring. Honestly, I think Hershey's bars just taste like shit, to be honest. And yeah, I think they just have the shelf space and no one really competes with them. And I think it's time someone just comes in there and it's like, shut up, you boomers, like make new products and innovate or just get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
What have you learned about that space? Besides like all the stuff you know about social media, like what have you learned about like stuff like you said, like shelf space? Like
the biggest thing is that, so every month in America, over 100 million people walk into a Walmart. And like up until basically a month ago, we had no products in there. And so like now, this past month, it's been absurd. Basically, whatever I thought we were going to sell, we're doing like 5 times better just because people... I could go stand in any Walmart in America and I would have to take 100 photos if I just stood there for like 30 minutes. Like a line would form and people would just be like, oh, that's the guy from YouTube. So those same people, when they go into a Walmart, will buy my products. You know what I mean? And that's just which is kind of a no-brainer, but it's more extreme than I ever thought. And so before we even promoting that we were in Walmart, we just put it in there. And it was only in a couple of thousands as they were ramping it up. And we were already doing 6 figures. It's just because people are like, oh, it's that guy from YouTube. And they buy it. And so it's kind of shifted my whole mindset. Like retail space, when you have a brand this big, it's just so OP, to be honest. Like, and I'm sure you see the same thing with Happy Dad. Tons of people, they're going there to buy alcohol. And so if yours isn't there, they're just going to buy someone else. But because they love you and, you know, you guys got a great product and everything, they're going to buy Happy Dad. So I think Prime, Happy Dad, and Feastables, like, I don't see a world where they're not all multi-billion-dollar companies in just a couple of years, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I think everything now is more like content-driven, content-based. Like, since you built your entire thing off of like a direct relationship almost to your fans and your fan base,
yeah,
it feels as though like these companies that we're talking about are actually going to be true contenders to the companies that we've known forever growing up. Like 100%. Genuinely speaking, do you think that like there will be more companies, not necessarily like this specifically, or like the burgers or the chocolate stuff? Do you think there will be more creators who come and contend in that space, like who will make products?
I think in 10 years, yeah, every product you see in Walmart that's like very generic is just going to get shit on by some celebrity or influencer or whatnot. Like think of like water bottles, like, you know, those plastic water bottles. What's that one? Like Deer something, or I don't know. I couldn't name fucking water bottles, but I know I've probably had like 30 different in my life. I think of Fiji and like one others, but all the other ones are just the fucking same. So like, pick anyone. PewDiePie. PewDiePie launched a water bottle brand. It was the same quality of product. It was right beside it, same cost. I just buy the fucking PewDiePie one. It's just cooler.
You know,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I think it has to do with the fact that like traditional media is dying, you know? And the fact that how we bought stuff prior was all like, you saw it on a news station, you saw it on a television. Like people will get all of their content now pretty much somewhere on either streaming or social.
Yep.
So all the eyes are being pushed to that. Like your network is like bigger than Nickelodeon, all these big time things that like we grew up watching, like you and of yourself,
which is crazy.
Do you ever feel like a a need to make certain products? Because I find something interesting about it. Obviously, you have a younger fan base, and also just a massive fan base in general. But focusing on the burgers, focusing on the chocolate. My perspective, not that these are bad things; these are great things, right? But I look at it from a little bit more like a health standpoint.
Yeah.
And I was listening to your podcast with Joe Rogan, and you were talking about how you were going to do like a lettuce wrap. Yeah. And you said 20% less sales, so you guys kind of chalked it.
Yeah.
Would you consider making more health conscious products, or is it just like?
No, I got you. Well, no, it wasn't 20%. It was like literally less than 1% of our sales were it. No one gave a fuck. So
no one's buying a lettuce wrap.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Well, and same thing with plant based.
I'm not saying you got to make lettuce wraps. I'm just trying to
No, so that is the problem, because if you go too healthy, then just not a person on the planet fucking buys it. So with Feastables, like Hershey's, for example, there's 10 ingredients, super processed. Our Feastables bars are 5 ingredients, and just all the ingredients are way higher quality. So it's like the perfect middle ground where I could take it a little more extreme, but then I just guarantee you no one would ever fucking buy it. It's like as healthy as it goes, where it still tastes great and people would do it. And it's infinitely better than the other options out there. But I agree. So the next thing I want to do with Feastables is more like a Kind/Cliff bars, a bar that has a decent amount of protein, relatively low calories, and make something a little bit better. And I would love, there's a lot of things I want to do. It's just like finding that line where, like, if only 100 people buy it, then it's not really accomplishing anything besides virtue signaling. So, yeah.
Because you know how, like, forever, like, we were taught, I think I know specifically my generation, I was taught, like, cereal's healthy.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it's terrible, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, I just look at someone like you, and, like, you have this direct line that is so massive to all these eyes of, like, teaching kids what's healthy. And
do you have one of the bars, like one, so I can show them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let them rip apart the ingredients. I mean, you tell me. I mean, like our normal ones without, like, it's literally 4 ingredients, and then the sea salt one's just the same thing with a little bit of salt on it, blah, blah, blah. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, if I went any healthier, I just promised you no one would ever eat it. So it's like we're weaning people off of garbage Hershey's into a slightly better alternative. And over time, I want to figure out how to just make it healthier and healthier. Because I agree. I don't want to just, like, kill people, by giving them super processed shit.
How important is it, like, having a good partner? Because, like, one thing I think too with Happy Dad is, like, even though we do have a massive social following, I think it's still, especially alcohol, it's such a, like, conventional business. So, like, I feel like, you could have all the social presence you want, but I feel like you still got to do those orthodox business things.
Yeah.
What have you learned, like, in the space with, like, the chocolates and stuff like that? Like,
no, you're hitting it on the head. Luckily, you did the same thing. You just got a great team of people who already knew what they're doing. If I didn't, RX Bar was just a company that did really well. We got a guy who was very instrumental in building it up into their sale, and he's our CEO. We got the guy who did marketing for Dollar Shave Club, who helps with Feastables. We just kind of assembled the Avengers of everyone who works in, like, the snack brand space. And so, like, they on their own could just build a fucking killer company. And then you put us behind it, and I just give them unlimited money. It's game over. So it's all in the team you built, 100%. Like, even things like, knowing how to track our sales in Walmart day over day, and, like, knowing a company that can go to each Walmart in America and make sure all the products are straight. Like, I wouldn't know how to fucking do that. You know what I mean? My fucking bars would just be crooked and shit everywhere. But, like, they just know everything because they've done it. And so all the time they just blow my mind.
Have any of those big companies, like, tried to reach out to you yet or anything like that?
Well, it's funny because, like, before I launched Beast Burger, I could hit up McDonald's or I just whatever restaurants, and they wouldn't want to do a collab. They're like, oh, fucking YouTubers, who cares?
Right.
But then now it's funny, after I launched that, everyone's like, oh, you want to do a menu item? And it's like, no, like, I have my own restaurant now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the inverse. I think, I mean, I know if I offered, they would probably buy half of it in a heartbeat, but it's just kind of early. Like, I don't think we're going anywhere the next 10 years, just like same thing with you guys. So if Budweiser wanted to buy half a Happy Dad, you'd just be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, talk to me in 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing here. Like, there's no real need.
I don't think those bigger brands get it yet either. Like, with the YouTube content, because they're all older, you know what I'm saying?
I think it'll click in their heads when, like, Prime or Feastables or Happy Dad, one of these is, like, worth $10 billion or something like that, or it's like a publicly traded company. I think that's when they'll be like, holy fuck. Okay.
I think they get it. I think they're just not accepting it. Like,
well,
it's like
still like
they're old school, bro.
But it's still
because they've been dominating for so long.
We're just also small fries still. I mean, even though, we're all doing crazy revenue, it's like basically less than 1% of the market. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to give it time to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think when one of these products really, really is crushing it and like IPOs or something in like 3 or 4 years, I think that's when everyone will be like, oh, fuck. Like, okay, this is the thing.
I guess no one's really done that yet.
No.
Exactly. Like
it is true. It's so early.
Name another product besides those 3 that is like crushing it.
Sure.
Yeah, and all 3 of
I
these.
guess there's a lot of celebrities.
Well, there's makeup stuff and like vitamin water was one and like other stuff. But creator focused outside of makeup, like and supplements, I can't really think of anything. So like it's actually pretty interesting that all 3 of these brands that come to mind all happened basically in the last year. I mean, you guys are a little over a year, but roughly. So I think now you just got to give it time. Like now, once all 3 of these mature over the next 3 to 4 years, I think that's when people are going to go, holy shit. Because they're all kind of different. You know, you're alcohol, they're a hydration drink, and we're a snack brand, and then also our restaurants. So it's like 4 different verticals, and I think all 4 of them will crush. And it'll just show that basically nothing's safe. An influencer can just go in, and if they have a big enough following and build the right team, they can just fuck anything up.
Does Beast Burger have alcohol licenses or no?
Honestly, I've never had anyone even ask me about selling alcohol in Beast Burger. I'd have to think. No, that just feels weird.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I have a question about.
But now if I do ever end up selling Happy Dad, people are gonna clip that. They're gonna be like, he changed. I'm not saying it's not a thing. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I have a question about like the inception of all this. Like you obviously seem super fucking sharp, and you are clearly right. When you started like making your team, and even specifically, I remember you were talking to Joe about having a group of friends that you would just talk to all the time to like figure out the YouTube and how things worked and what worked, what didn't work. How did you determine who were the right people for you to work with?
Yeah. Well, back then,
because you're also so fucking young.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really intentional. It was like I was just kind of a social outcast because no one, I mean, it's bumfuck nowhere in North Carolina. No one wanted to be a YouTuber. No one even really knew what social media was back then. This is before it was all cool. So like everyone would just say, oh, all you do is talk about YouTube, get a fucking life, talk about something else. So I just didn't really talk to many people. And then I just randomly met these other YouTubers online and they were equally as obsessed. And we just kind of talked. And next thing you know, we talked every day for 100 days, 500 days in a row. And you blink and it's been 1,000 days and we've talked every single day. And so I just met these 4 other hyper obsessed, just idiots like me that all we did was obsess over YouTube and making content. And we all had around 10,000 subscribers. And then a year later, we all had 1 million. Yeah. And we just literally just
what made you different? Why do you think you blew up so much?
Yeah,
further?
What was your first video that went crazy?
Yeah, well, there's a couple stages, right? Because your first video to get 100,000 views, your first to get 1 million, your first to get 10. My first really, really, really big one was when I counted to 100,000 because a lot of people like FaceTime.
I remember seeing those ones.
Yes.
What year was this?
And the time codes were just like so long that it was like, did people just click just to see if you actually did it? And
exactly. Like, well, and the thing was that one blew up because like everyone was just reacting to it and be like, what a fucking idiot. Get a life, which was great. It was cool. Like, this is when FaZe Clan was huge and they all like reacted to it in their vlogs and tons of people were talking about it. It was probably like 5 years ago. But the reason I did that is I was watching a show called Naruto and it's like 700 episodes, but I couldn't justify the time to watch it. So I really wanted to watch this show, but I was like, it's too much time. So I just put it on pause. And then I started thinking, how can I make money while I watch this? And so I just sat there for an hour and I was like, what can I do to make money while I watch this anime for fucking 60 hours? And then I practiced counting and I realized I could count while still enjoying the show. And so the entire time I counted to 100,000, I was just watching anime. So I basically made money while watching anime.
How many views did that get?
That got like 20 million. Yeah, which is huge for us back then.
Is that when like the YouTube partner program was around? Was that when you started?
Yeah, well, I was already making decent money. That was like a year after I moved out. Which I've told this story before. I always wanted to make enough money to do YouTube full time by the time I got out of high school, and I wasn't. So then my mom made me go to a community college, and it was miserable. It was literally the worst time of my life. I hated it with a passion. So then I just stopped going to community college, and I would go to my friend's house and just work on videos. But I basically had like 6 months until my mom found out that I wasn't going and she was going to kick me out. So that's when I went really hard. And I did that video and a bunch of other videos. And I had a month where I made 20 grand. And then I told my mom, I was like, hey, I'm moving out. Also, I have straight zeros. And she like almost had a fucking heart attack because she didn't understand it. She just wanted what was best for me. And then I moved out. And
what date was that? Or like what year?
Sounds like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, 2016, I believe. Yeah. Crazy, man. I was just so bullish on it. I was determined that I was going to do YouTube or just live in a box. I just don't fucking care because everything else was just so boring.
I remember that too. Like I was fascinated with like, I can't believe that you can make money.
Exactly. It's like, holy shit.
Like that was like insane,
Just making
right?
content.
And people won't understand. It's just a different time now. Like it's cool to be a YouTuber now. It's like, it's known we make money, how we make money, everything. Back then, you would have to like have fucking 5-hour arguments 100 days in a row just to convince your mom that YouTube is a thing, you know, which you just don't have to do anymore. It was just a different time for us.
Who did you watch back in the day? Did anyone like influence you back in like the OG YouTube days?
Not really. Everyone I watched, I always just thought they could do it better. I was, you know, they'd buy a $10 million mansion. I just feel like, buy a studio. Like, what are you doing? Make better videos. Like, so no, if anything, it frustrated me because I just felt like they all could have done better, to be honest.
When did your content get into like giving away money and really like
my first brand deal? So the first time I got a brand deal was 10 grand. Well, it was 5 grand, and I was like, double it, and I'll go give it away.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And then
that's
I gave
popular
that
right now. I don't know if you've seen that on TikTok. Like, do you want this money or can I double it? It's like a trend now.
Well, Jimmy Dart's doing it. I flew him down. I just filmed a TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so I just gave away all of my brand deals every single time I got one. So I did that, and the next time I got a $20,000 brand deal because the first video got like 10 million views, and then I got a 40,000 and 50 and then 100. And I would just do a brand deal, give it away. And then the next brand deal was bigger. And I just did that for like 2 years straight.
What's the most money you've ever given away to one person?
Probably like 1 million or 2 million. I don't know. I'd have to think on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, just in general, it's crazy. It's crazy to see where YouTube's come, to be honest.
It's gone through so many
changed so
phases
much,
though.
right?
Like I remember the beginning of YouTube, like you could be a little bit more I guess outspoken or a little bit more, I'm almost say like inappropriate. And
edgy.
then,
yeah, just say it.
But it seems like it's gone through phases. Like it's interesting because I remember when you really started blowing up, I think it was around the same time, like it almost seemed as if the platform itself was starting to favor more family friendly content. I remember this was also around the time like Logan Paul got like, he kind of was getting seemingly trashed for the whole like Suicide Forest thing. And I remember I was posting content that was a little bit more edgy, maybe swear a little bit more. And I remember like, it almost felt like one day to the next, I was getting like half the amount of views. And then other content creators like Ace Family, I think your stuff started blowing up. And I was like, did the platform itself just go through like a complete shift and change? And do you know about any of that? Like, do you know why that would have happened?
Well, I think at the end of the day, for us to make money, advertisers have to be happy. So
of course.
I think a lot of these like strict things they do or whatever, I don't think it's like YouTube wanting to impose it. I think it's the advertisers forcing them to. And so like I'm kind of glad in certain areas, you know, they've been to it because that's how we make money. And that's how, like, you know, there's some people who, you know, if ad rates plummeted,
they have to protect that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There are, you know, literally tens of millions of people that depend on this for their livelihood and you know, feed their kids and pay their rent and stuff like that. So yeah, it like kind of sucks, but I think a lot of people should direct some of that anger more towards advertisers and less towards them. Because if advertisers didn't give a fuck, like I guarantee you, YouTube wouldn't give a fuck.
That's what I've been saying recently too. As long as the platform's dependent on ads, like they're not really in control, you know?
I mean, any platform ad dependent, they're all going to be funneled into the exact same thing. Or it's just how it's going to be, you know? So I don't really know what the answer is there. Like, because I feel like a lot of advertisers probably don't care that much. Like the big brands do. But I don't know. I guess we'd have to see statistics. Like what percentage of ad spend are these like big brand companies or something like that? I almost wish there's like a box you could check that it's like, do you like, because I'm sure a lot of advertisers wouldn't care if their ads were on slightly more edgy content if it was cheaper, right? So there should just be a thing like, oh, you know, you can save $1 per 1,000 views if you just advertise on people that swear. Just check this box. And I'm sure a lot of people would not care if we swear, if it saved their company money and converted the same.
I always thought it'd be cool if YouTube made like an 18+ section or something that they could also direct those ads
100%
towards. And then like, because one big thing I hate the most is getting age restricted. That's one thing we like. If it happens in the first 24 hours, to me, I just feel like deleting the video. Like I'm just like, this totally takes the fun out of everything.
100%.
If it happens like a week later, it's like, okay, whatever. It kind of did its justice. But I always thought it'd be cool if they made like an 18+ section. And then if there was ad buyers that wanted to be on that type of content, and maybe there was like a section where they kind of pushed it, you know?
This is my thing with YouTube that like, I remember when all this was happening, like exactly what he's saying about like the age restriction or like they started kind of like just not even getting your content out there. And that's the thing that frustrated me because I remember like, it was almost like one day to the next, like I said, the views just went half and then it never came back because around that similar time. And it was just kind of like, I understand that the advertisers driven the money and it's like, okay, we don't, but it's like, is YouTube platform itself just not pushing this content as much because they're not able to put the ads on it how they wanted to.
Yeah.
So then it's like, now it's affecting someone's like ability to create content. And then someone has to change the type of content that they create in order to like,
it makes us all way more PC friendly.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, it's a little frustrating. And like he said, I do wish there was like a different way or maybe some sort of like conversation that they would have with creators before like kind of switching
Well, I
things.
think an 18 plus platform for YouTube would be great. Like just like even I would probably occasionally upload videos there, you know, where I could just swear and not give a fuck. Because I naturally swear a lot, but I don't care that much about swearing. I tend to just tone it down in our videos just because it doesn't hurt not to. You know, it's not one of those hills that I really care that much about.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to have a channel where I just could. But and I would know that it would only reach an older audience because then I can just do a lot of things that I just wouldn't normally do. You know what I mean? Like light a firework in a room or a bunch of stupid shit because I know it's going to reach people that aren't going to just imitate it, you know?
Yeah. I was going to ask you, did you choose this path to kind of be like more PG rated or did it just kind of happen that way?
Well, like I said, like the swearing, I don't really care, and everything else, it's not like I'm a super like edgy guy. Like I'm not like you guys where I go partying and
It's just kind of worked out that way, right?
yeah. And now that you know I have tons of employees and all these other things, and we have a charity and stuff like that, I kind of have to stay like that because like
For sure.
yeah, a lot of people depend on me, so it's bigger than just me. But I don't mind. Like I know, but I know for you guys, obviously. It's just the exact opposite of your personas and who you are. So I can imagine how frustrating.
Just a little tougher.
It's interesting for me because I never really understand. But like, I mean, Nelk's kind of, or YouTube's kind of left the Nelk channel alone, like a little
Exactly.
bit.
They're letting you just crush it now,
Like,
which is so interesting.
I don't know what it is. Like they'll hit us with something and then they'll kind of leave us alone. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
think it speaks volumes of how, like, I remember you guys did that shitty prank on them where you went to their place or whatever and all this other stuff. And you basically,
I mean, I kind of get that. Yeah.
Wait, was that shade or I don't know?
Prank. That was dope.
but that, and like,
That video's funny.
yeah, well, but you essentially waged war on YouTube.
We snuck into Google with the Google passes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen
walked
this.
into you got to watch it.
Yeah, this is the whole.
Wait, tell us what happened.
That's how. So we got.
But you did throw shade there a little bit.
He called
Yeah,
it a
well,
shitty
why would you
prank.
fuck
that
with your
video is
plan?
funny.
That was
Nah,
so funny.
you could. Other pranks are shitty. This one was so funny. We wore the badges and snuck onto the Google, like the campus,
Bro.
like where they ride the bikes and all that.
Yeah.
And then we snuck into like an actual like cubicle area section. And then I just started like going in on this one guy like that worked at Google, and it was
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, what? YouTube freaked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were livid.
Our MCN dropped us.
Yeah.
They deleted us,
And
then
not
we
only
had
that,
2
then
strikes.
that's when they doubled down. They're like, fuck YouTube. We're making our own platform. So I say all this because it's like you literally went to war with YouTube.
Yeah, that's
and here
funny.
you are a couple years later,
Shit's
one of
funny.
the biggest channels right now, views per month and
I guess
crushing
it's
it.
been like a silent like peace treaty.
Well, no, I think it
Yeah.
speaks volumes of like,
It's like a Cold War right now.
no, it's
No one's firing
no.
shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just more like I like how they
That's good.
aren't opposed to criticism. Like all the time there are videos, you know, number one in trending where they're just railing YouTube and just talking about how shit of a platform it is or whatever, and they allow it.
But now-
and I find that very interesting.
Now to me, it's like I feel like everyone kind of now everyone's saying that like fuck YouTube,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, we said that like 5 years ago.
You're the
type
OG
shit.
YouTube.
Yeah,
haters.
we're the OG fuck YouTube people, you know. But what's like one thing that I noticed that's changed about YouTube is like the sub box used to be such a big thing, right? Subscribers. By the way, congrats on 100 mil. That's
Thank you.
fucking
Let's go.
insane.
Incredible.
You're already
Large
at what,
number.
105?
105.
So you're about
fuck,
he's about to
dude.
lap us.
Yeah, what about
after 100 mil?
Well, wait. What about
Bro.
all
Yeah, and
all
together
channels?
We're at 7. You're at
Well, he's got multiple
104.
Hold on,
channels,
bro.
Yeah.
He's got channels in like Spanish and
Yeah.
Portuguese.
Have
and
you seen
it's
our Spanish
gaming.
channel?
No, but
Wait, here,
I-
can you pull up MrBeast and
by the way,
Espanol?
Brad, I told Mr.
How many-
Beast,
how many
we
subs
wanna,
does the
like, get his
Spanish channel
story,
have?
but I actually
You'll
want to
see.
just sit here and like pick his brain and learn a lot of
Yeah,
shit
here, let
too,
me show you
like-
the easiest thing you could do
you know?
to just.
Trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Here's lesson number 1. Just pull up YouTube real quick.
How many different countries or how many different languages?
I'll run you guys through them all real quick. Yeah, give him hand me it. Let me. Actually, I know this guy's gonna fucking do it. Here you go.
Okay.
Rip it to shreds. Tell me how I'm killing little
Could I
kids.
have one too?
Yeah. Here you go.
All right.
Golden ticket or no?
No. Hey, go to search MrBeast in Espanol. But wait, while he's doing that, Bradley, what do you think of the ingredients?
I mean, they're not terrible. Definitely not terrible. It's regular. It's not like bullshit sugar. It's cane sugar, organic, some
Can I open
organic
this?
ingredients.
Yeah, go for it.
The lecithin's pretty basic. I mean, it's not terrible at all.
Exactly.
Not
That's
at
what
all.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And a Hershey's bar has
Why does
10
everyone
ingredients.
say that?
No, that just because he was hitting on the health conscious thing. And that's why I wanted to show him that. Like,
this is better than a Hershey's bar.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
100%. I haven't tasted it, but I'm gonna try.
But
it.
like, that's also saying like, it's better than eating shit off the floor. Like, basically anything's better than Hershey's bar.
Yeah,
God, I'm so fucking glad we're not in alcohol and I can just dumpster on Hershey's.
Bro.
The regulations, man.
All right, we got the Spanish channel.
Okay, but so anyways, you're talking about subscribers. So this is our videos in Spanish. Just dubbed. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Bro, look at 21
How many
million.
different languages do you have different channels in?
Well, so here, hit the channel thing over there. It's not only that.
I have a question. Did you make these channels in that country?
Yeah, of course. We obviously make it in Mexico, so it gets served to people over there.
Got it.
Now hit on the MrBeast Gaming in Espanol. So we not only do that, but we also have our side channels.
Middle
So
one.
Beast Reacts and Beast Gaming that we also dub in Spanish as well.
So
and we do this in all three
Wait, can
channels.
you click one?
Yeah, we gotta watch it a little bit.
I watched this stuff.
Ooh, look
How's
at
your
those ads.
voiceover guy?
Oh, he's great.
He hires like
Celebrities.
some
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I
I
was
said this
listening to all
on
this
Joe
stuff.
Rogan. The same guy who does Spider-Man's dubs my dubs on this channel. So people in Mexico,
Like you really put a lot of money
have
into
Portuguese?
this production of stuff.
Yeah.
He wants to
Insane.
do your Portuguese if you want him.
you want?
I'm gonna learn a lot after this.
Would you? Holy shit! An unskippable 15-second.
Damn, you're getting paid on
I
that
know.
one.
Let's go. Spanish shows are making money.
Let's go.
What is this ad even for? Who the fuck cares?
Well, because we're playing that.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Bro, it's insane.
Wow.
Bro, it's insane. I saw this. I was watching all this last night.
Yeah. So like pause it. So like this video got 7 million views and it's just like our gaming channel dubbed.
So do you upload the same videos that you'd upload on an English channel,
Yeah.
exact same video, just dubbed?
So we localize some of the jokes. So like if we make a joke about a meme here, they'll just basically pick a joke equivalent in Spanish culture and then just change the words to that.
Who structured all this stuff? Like, was it you who was thinking this? Or did
Yeah.
you have like
I mean, this is not as complicated as you would think. I mean,
right, but the fact that you knew that you wanted to localize a meme, like
Yeah.
it's a little like
well, yeah,
where
we
is
got
that coming? That's you.
Yeah, of course. Because I mean, look at the views on those videos. Like, it's crazy when you think about it. Less than 10%. It's more like 6% of the world around there speaks English. 90 fucking
6?
Yeah, as their primary language,
No
and
way.
like 10%. I mean, it's higher if you include secondary, but most people consume content in the primary. So like 90+% of the world can't watch no videos. 90% of the world before I launched those channels couldn't watch my videos if I wanted them to. And so now it's like crushing it. We get more views outside of English than we do in English. It's like almost unfathomable that a lot of us just do English content. It's like we hate views.
How big has your presence changed when you go to those countries?
Oh, massive. Fucking, it's unfathomable how much different it is when I go abroad now. Like where did we clean that beach at? The world's dirtiest beach was that? Dominican. Yeah. So when I visited the Dominican Republic, all these people that just did not speak English, they just is gringo a bad word? Am I allowed to say gringo? Right? I don't know. They just run up, they'd be like gringo and just blurt it out like tons. Okay, I don't know. It sounds like one. It sounds like it should be a slur. Yeah, like thousands of them, and they just don't even speak English. And like one of the kids was bilingual and he spoke a little English, and he's like, yeah. Before you made your Spanish channel, none of us had any idea who you are. But now everyone in my class, everyone in my school loves your Spanish channel. We all watch it every single time you upload.
Oh,
And
So it's the same
educational,
videos
maybe.
as your main channel, just on there, but
Yeah,
in Spanish.
exactly. And so I could have gone there and not a single person, because it's a Spanish-speaking country, would have known who I was. And after we launched it, it's like everyone knows. It's crazy. Same thing. So we do it in Portuguese, we do it in Japanese, we do it in just basically all the languages.
let's get one of your lifting channels in Chinese, Brad.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
We
send
have
someone
to.
over
It's
there.
great.
Great.
Do you just do Spanish or what? Is
No,
there any
we
other-
do all the languages. Yeah. So it's great. We literally get more non-English views than we get English views now. I'm not even like an
Wow,
American
that's
content creator
crazy.
anymore.
But there's a channel
Bro,
for
it's-
every language?
We're working on rolling them out. So like you could pull up MrBeast in Brazil.
All you need is a voiceover guy, right?
Yeah,
insane.
a couple voiceovers. You got to re-edit
It's
the
actually
videos.
kind of
So like
it's
this
wild,
is
bro.
our Brazil channel. Search MrBeast in France. And
This
we
is
do
awesome.
it 3. So we have 3 Brazil channels, 3 French channels, 3 Spanish channels, 3 of everything.
so
Jeez, bro.
France, yeah, click
You're
on that
so
one.
ahead of everybody else. It's
France is
crazy.
great because they have
Yeah.
actual good RPMs because it's like, a developed country and everything. So like this channel prints money, which is more than I thought.
all right, so clearly you obsess over like this, the growth on YouTube.
I love the numbers shit, though.
Numbers, all this.
Yeah.
I have a question though. It's I guess it's more like after YouTube. Are you going like what do you plan to do with all this power? Like because it's the money, the stuff.
Yeah.
I know you do the nonprofit stuff, but like what happens after YouTube? And I'm also curious, does your content evolve or just become its own network? Like, do you become Jimmy, this guy doing this other sort of content?
Yeah.
And MrBeast is like becomes a network that continues MrBeast content, like as you age. Cause like you're probably not gonna want to be like, all right, today I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, forever, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the evolution?
I mean, or are you doing?
I would say like,
he's only 24.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, let's 6 more years, right?
It's a long time.
I've got decades in me. Who the fuck cares?
So look, I'm not saying you.
Why,
I got your answer.
You planning your retirement over there?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I'm just talking about the evolution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Go
I mean the
fuck yourself,
content. Yeah,
Sorry.
fuck you.
Yeah, sorry. We can do that here, all right?
Yeah.
Fight. I'm kidding.
No, yeah, we're good.
But that was a lot to process. Reining in.
So talk about the evolution.
I think you obviously YouTube's not going anywhere. It's just going to keep growing. The craziest part is like Google just fucking owns the internet. It's like, and Google obviously, Alphabet owns YouTube and just funnels motherfuckers in here. We come pre-installed on Android. It's like there's just no world where YouTube doesn't grow year over year, in my opinion, for the next 10 years. And so I think there's nothing more lucrative possible than to just be the biggest YouTuber for the next decade. And then, and yes, the content I will change and adapt. I just make videos I enjoy. So in the future, if I enjoy different style videos, I'll just make a different style. But I still, the same principles apply. You gotta have good storytelling, a good hook, a good payoff. But I think if we can be the biggest YouTube channel in the world for the next 10 years, and we leverage that to build things like Feastables, to build like the restaurants, do a mobile gaming company, and I already, basically sped up like 10 different companies over the course of those 10 years. I mean, I just don't see a world where,
it's not about you not doing YouTube. It's just like I'm almost asking, like, outside of those things, do you see yourself doing any sort of like content that maybe is not related to this? Like, would you ever do content where you maybe just have a podcast and you talk about, what you've done? And
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or is it just always going to be
right now? I'm
MrBeast?
just so stretched thin because we run 3 YouTube channels and I try to post on TikTok and every platform all pretty consistently. Like the first week of this month, the 3 most liked TikToks on the entire platform were all ours. We had the most liked TikTok, the second most liked TikTok, and the third. So we're like going really hard on TikTok, and we're trying to keep the gaming channel uploading and reacts and averaging 20 million views a video, and then the main like 70. So I got enough right now, but yeah, in the future I'll probably do more things.
Are those just clips from your YouTube videos that are getting?
No. Like Corn Kid was a really funny trend that was going viral. So we
so you're doing the trends?
Yeah, and then actually, it's funny you mentioned the money thing. One of them, we flew that Jimmy Dark guy down, and we went up to people in Walmart, and we were like, "Do you want $1,000 or give someone random 10 grand?"
Yeah,
and that got like 50 million views in like a couple of days, and it's just stuff like that. Whatever we think.
What about your creative? Like, do you ever run out of ideas?
Oh fuck no! I have a Google Doc with like 10,000 ideas in it, and at least like 500 I know would go ultra viral. It's the problem is more like the time to film them. Not ideas has always been easy for me.
Interesting.
What's the big, what's some good like YouTube tips? I heard you say one earlier. What was it? 10% of people with the thumbnail?
10% of people with the thumbnail.
Or like only 10% of people
100 million,
watch your video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, click-through rate.
90%
exactly.
are just scrolling.
Exactly. Yeah, because you probably have like yours is probably like 5 to 7%, so it's even more. Like, so if this episode gets 10 million views, that means like 200 million people saw the thumbnail. Wow. Which is crazy. And so again, it comes back to like, you really just have to make sure when people fucking click your videos, they love it. That's why we're able to get so many views, because we've consistently put out, obviously I'm biased, but great videos over a long term where people are just conditioned to see a MrBeast video, they click. Oh, MrBeast, click, MrBeast, click. And they'll just do it. And every time they're not let down, so they keep doing it. And where a lot of people fall off is like, they break that trust by having one bad video. And then like, oh, every other video is kind of eh. And then you like, when your video is recommended to them, it leaves it up in the air. They're like, well, is this one of those ones where it's kind of shit, or is it one of the ones where we put in effort? I don't know. But this guy always makes great videos. I'll just watch them instead, right? And so that's what happens. Like, again, if this gets 10 million views, 200 million people are going to have seen it on YouTube, and 190
just didn't click on it.
Yeah, they're going to click on a different one.
What's considered, like, since you get hundreds of millions, what's considered a flop for you?
Oh God. Well, I don't really think of things in terms of flops, but I guess if it got under like 40 or 50 million views, I'd be a little sad.
Has that happened like on a big video where you've been
crazy.
like, fuck, I thought that was going to go crazy?
This motherfucker, bro.
Yeah. Like, he kind of disrespectful.
Well, your videos are so expensive. It's like you put in all this effort.
Yeah, you can usually kind of guess which ones will do well and which ones won't. I think the big thing is like, if a video is 10 out of 10, I try not to get emotional. Like it used to like years ago crush me. Like Borderline had me in tears. Like we spent $3 million in 6 months. But now I try to take a more objective standpoint. It's just like, okay, like, was the retention bad? What did people, why did it not do well? Take the notes and just move on.
Yeah.
So like, I'm as detached from that as possible, which is help my mental health leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
The fact that like no matter what that 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 says, it doesn't really affect me. So I just try to take a really objective, non-emotional approach to the videos.
Sure. What's the most important statistics for like a video to succeed?
Yeah.
Is it retention? Is it like
it's literally just 3 things. It's the click-through rate, whether or not they clicked it, the AVD, average view duration, and the one that you don't really get to see is like those surveys.
What was the second one?
Average view duration. So like this, I did a podcast one time with Colin and Samir, which like they averaged like a couple 100,000 views a video, but that podcast got 12 million views because on average people listen to that podcast for 45 minutes. And It was only like an hour and 20 podcast. So because YouTube could see people were watching it for so long, that's a great indicator that they loved it.
Is that like the biggest thing they use to like push a video is retention?
Time. Yeah,
watch time.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because if on average 1 million people click a video, it's 10 minutes and they only watched it for 2. Why the fuck would you serve that video over a different one where on average they watched it for 8 minutes? Clearly they enjoyed that 8-minute one way more.
Do you think they rank, like, let's say one's like a 45-minute video, but it has like, so let's say like 30-minute retention or something.
Yep.
And then one's like 10-minute. Do they do it like 5-minute retention? Do they do it like on a percentage basis? Or do you think like that 33-minute, since the video is longer?
Yeah.
So basically,
I got all these answers for you.
Those longer videos, like no matter what.
Yeah. So the answer is it actually hits different people. Like there are some people when you open their YouTube phone, they'll only get recommended 5-minute videos because they just only like over the course of the last 5 years, like they just don't
what
click
they're consuming.
Yeah, exactly. They don't click on hour-long videos. They only click on videos around this length. And when they do click on a longer one, they usually close the app or whatever. So like the answer is like, if you make a 40-minute video, you're just usually competing with like different people than you are if you make a shorter video.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You have all the answers, bro.
How
hard do you study this stuff? Or do you have a team behind you that's like...
I don't do it as much anymore because YouTube really doesn't change. Like people are always like, oh, they update the algorithm all the time, blah, blah, blah. But it's been very consistent the last 5 years. So I don't really study it as much anymore. But yeah, I when I was in that gang with all those guys where we would just do the dumbest things. I mean, we would just harass thousands of YouTubers to get access to analytics and then scrape all the retention charts and see correlations and, like measure the brightness of 100,000 thumbnails to see if there's a correlation to views. Like we were just literally insane.
Studying the algorithm.
Where's this notebook? Where's this notebook?
Your thumbnails are
Give
great,
me
though.
these notes.
Well, but all of it concluded to get people to click, get them to watch, and just make sure they're happy. That's it. And the more you do that, the better you do.
The likes and comments matter?
None of that matters. It literally does not matter at all. We have a video that has, I think, unless someone broke it, the most comments on a single YouTube video. And lo and behold, it's not our most viewed video.
Likes is just more motivating, I think. Like when you see your video get a lot of likes, I just
do
motivates
you check
me.
them?
I mean, I just look at it when I click the video.
Now that I got rid of dislikes, I don't even think it remotely matters.
True.
I don't think there's...
It just fires me up more. Like if a video gets a lot of likes, it's like, oh, people really, really like it.
But 99.999% of people that click on a video, I guarantee you don't even look at the likes.
Yeah.
Because there's no... But if there were dislikes, they would. But now there's like nothing to compare it to.
It's
like,
all content driven.
Yeah, like 100,000 or 500,000 likes are literally like the exact same on a YouTube video.
Interesting.
To most, like I couldn't tell you the last time I looked at the likes on a video.
Who is the MrBeast copycats that you tweeted about like a couple weeks ago? Who are those people?
What did I tweet?
You tweeted like there's like something basically about like these copycats.
Oh
like,
yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so I go on podcasts like these, and I usually tell how I make my videos, and I'm like, here's how I do it. Here's what you should do, and I hope my thought was like, oh, people will take this knowledge, they'll apply it to their content, do their own thing. But 90+% of people just take it and just do exactly what I do and just there's a lot of people who just make videos like ours, just slightly less money and dumber down. And
are there any that are getting traction?
It's like, there's no need to pick a particular person because there's just so many. You can just open up YouTube and you can find them. And it is getting to a point where it's like, all right, this is a little bit much, guys. Like maybe you should.
That's bound to happen though.
Yeah.
But you got to expect that.
People do that with,
for sure,
like, with us.
And
too.
I think too, I want to ask you how fucking crazy are your DMs with people like, hey man, I could really use
$5
grand.
I sent one of those.
Yeah, well, we know you did.
I'm sure I sent one of those.
Is it crazy? Like people, because there's probably people out there like, yo, I could be that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm probably just numb to it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't really check my messages because it's just, you get a couple thousand.
Everybody wants to be
minute.
that guy that's like, yo, I need that million from MrBeast.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to it. So, because like I say, like in my YouTube About page, like, I give away money and I help people because it's fun, not because I feel obligated to. And so I just kind of do, what I find fun.
Do you have like a moment where you remember like the best reaction or someone where you just changed their life and it was like, holy shit?
Yeah. When early on, I did this video where I tipped a pizza delivery guy 10 grand and he came back the next day, it's knocking on the door and I'm like, fuck, this fucking guy is gonna ask for more money. And I kind of like, I yelled, I was like, go away, like fucking leave. Like, cause I thought he came back to my house to ask for more money. And then I ended up opening the door and he was just sobbing, like crying. And he's like, because of this, I can spend the weekend with my kids and I haven't seen them in like a month because I work like 3 jobs and blah, blah. And so that was like the best just reaction I've ever had. It's never gotten better than that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That reminds me when Steve gave like that family, we were in like Orange County somewhere, like they were in
Steve?
a motel.
Is he a YouTuber?
He was a YouTuber. That's what I was going to get into. This is why I brought it up.
MrBeast was shade,
No,
low key.
I was throwing shade at YouTube, not at him. To be clear.
This is why I was bringing it up. It's reminded me of that. And I wanted your opinion on the fact that, like, you know, they can pretty much just wipe certain creators off the platform.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm not up to date on him. Did he get like 3 strikes or?
I don't think
Steve,
that was
no.
exactly it.
Yeah,
You know more than I do.
No strikes.
that one's still. I'd have to do research, but that one feels a little weird because obviously they have to give you 3 strikes. And as far as I know, he was just gone.
Gone.
Yeah, that didn't really make much sense. You know?
People love to compare like him being the edgier MrBeast.
And there was a time when we would watch a bunch of your video. He loves you, by the way. Like, your content's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
would
bad.
watch a ton of it.
I want to hang out with him. He's messaged me before. We just never lined up.
Yeah.
Just like I've always wanted to hang out with you. It's just we got tons of shit going on.
Yeah, it's all good.
Not that
Yeah.
great, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go fuck yourself, bitch. You fucking. I'm not gonna make you feel bad because everyone's gonna roast you in the comments.
Oh, here we
There's gonna
go.
be a lot of people
Don't
on
read
this
those.
video.
So
Okay,
he's
reading
the
those.
new benevolent host. He's the one.
Yeah,
that's,
I'm trying to be graceful.
You know
here
how they
for you.
switch up though, right?
Yeah.
They can switch
Oh,
up.
you step
Look
out of the
at Wade's-
room, he's roasting you. No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
Well, yeah, not on camera. I'll roast him off camera. I don't make him feel bad on camera.
So how much has your like personal life changed, like with the money coming in and the fame?
I mean, this has been my whole life.
But do you
I
do
don't
like, outside of
remember-
YouTube socially, like anything crazy or
No, I just basically
focus?
I'm
on
about
this?
as bland as it gets, but I'm pretty open about it. Like I don't try to be someone I'm not. I love building businesses. I love making content. I love my life. Like it's not one of those things where I need an escape. Like this is just what I want to do. And I hope for the next 20, 30 years I can just do it every day.
Do you have a Lambo?
Fuck no.
You spend anything money like?
No,
on it?
I live in my studio. I have a Tesla, but honestly, I'm probably gonna sell it just because why
I
not?
want to roast you so bad right now,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude,
Why?
calm
I wanna
down,
roast you
Brad.
so
Wait,
bad.
why?
Because you've talked about this in a
Wait,
lot,
what did I
like,
say that pissed you off?
Oh,
You're
like
asking
the-
about money and what does he spend? Because he's talked about this multiple times in like other platforms. And I'm just
You're
saying,
good.
like,
Yeah, but no, the
Not
more
all of our
What is it?
audience has heard that,
he
bro.
but he just doesn't. He doesn't spend money like that. He doesn't give a fuck.
Let's
It's
go,
very-
my
it's
number
very-
one fan over here. I
it's
love
very-
this dude.
I watched a lot of your stuff.
Yeah, I live in my studio and I just.
He's
grind.
really
It's
trying to
fun.
get that one-on-one after this. I'm telling you right
I'm
now.
like, yo, bro, give me
He's
those
like,
secrets,
"Sure,
dog.
for us to
What,
down there."
what do I gotta do?
Uh,
No, but I'm actually serious. I've heard it. I think it's dope. But you don't think at some point you're gonna be like, yo, I want a big house at all
well,
ever?
why? What do I need it for?
No, you don't. You don't. But you
Exactly.
don't think you're ever gonna like be like, fuck it. Maybe I'll whip a fucking
Money to me is just a way to, help people and grow the business and
move
do
things
entrepreneurial
around.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't materialistic objects
So-
I think is the worst way you can live your life.
And on this topic, I want to say I actually believe this, and someone timestamp this and come back to this in like 10 years. I think you're gonna be a billionaire. I believe that.
Of course he is.
So
Yeah.
when you're a billionaire and you have all the money in the world and you got a nonprofit and all that, what are you
How-
doing with your life?
Well,
And you don't have to make YouTube videos anymore.
yeah,
What are you doing with you? Have you ever thought of that?
Well, the thing is like, how do I answer the problem is like the billionaire is going to be illiquid, right? Like cash, it'd be pretty hard just because we spend so much. But I mean, you could technically probably with Beast Burger and everything, just with how valuations today, argue that. But yeah, but the thing is like cash wise, yeah. But no, I mean, even then, I just would grow the businesses more. Like, who the fuck cares? But like, I genuinely think like in 100 years, they're gonna look back and be like, damn, these guys just ran around like monkeys and just obsessed over bigger houses.
Yeah, money
and
doesn't
cars.
matter. I know
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
But
so if I had that kind of money, I would just grow the businesses, and probably when I'm like 60 or 70, hopefully I have. I mean, I'm pretty ambitious. I don't know. I could be fucking poor, but maybe there's a world where I have like $100 billion. I'd love to just end starvation in Africa or end diseases like Bill Gates, like do some cool shit like
so
that.
why do you think, like, I feel like there's so much money already that we have, and especially in the Western society has so much money, so many billionaires. Why do you think they already haven't solved all those problems?
That's a great question.
Because those
To be
problems could be
honest,
solved really easily.
I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But like, so what would, because like you'd get there and it sounds like you'd want to actually do it.
Like what problems?
all the world hunger, all that stuff, like world hunger, all these issues that are like massive.
Why is that for him to solve?
It's not for him to
No,
solve.
he's talking about why hasn't America solved it or some other giant country?
I'm just saying the fact that we have the most billionaires, we have the most money. Like there's enough money to fix all these issues in the whole world, and we never do it. Is it just because we think that
maybe it just needs someone to come in and organize it?
Are you saying if you're a billionaire that you're going to do that? Real talk.
No, well, every billionaire would pitch like
$1 million.
I'm not saying I
put it in my wallet.
Yeah,
bro.
Maybe someone just needs to organize it, right?
Yeah, that. But also, a lot of these billionaires have created companies that are just in general upping the standard of living of human civilization, and so, and you know, even 100, 200, couple hundred years ago, things were infinitely worse than they are now. And so, part of it is by investing in their companies and growing it, they are fixing those problems down the line because it just, you know, when America gains, technically, so does the rest of the world. Like if we make the iPhone, eventually the rest of the world gets the iPhone.
You don't think that's also creating more problems?
In what sense?
In the sense of like, the taking of materials from the earth, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, now we're definitely getting to the point where I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Elon Musk gave you a Neuralink, bro, because you're way too smart.
I'm curious though.
I would love one, by the way. After the first couple thousand go through, I want one.
Yeah. You put one in?
Oh, 100%.
I would. Why not?
The thing is, what's interesting,
why wouldn't you?
Once you the Neuralink actually works and you can symbiosis with technology and just download things to your brain, you'll be able to make so much money that it doesn't matter how much the procedure will cost. Anyone will be able to afford it, essentially. So I think like the first few would probably go for an absurd amount of money, right? Because like even if you had $0, you could just hypothetically borrow $100,000, get it, because once you have infinite, bandwidth to unlimited knowledge, you could make unlimited money.
It doesn't scare you at all?
No, you're like pretty much a robot at that point.
But we already are. How fucking?
But not really. You can turn your phone off like that.
Yeah, but look at your screen time. How much time a day do you
probably
spend
a
on
lot.
Yeah,
but not 24 hours.
Yeah, but 5 hours. So 5 hours a day, you're staring at it. The only difference is instead of having the input lag of your thumbs, it's just instant, which would be much more optimal. But there's still,
before phones, there was a complete escape. Now there's still somewhat of an escape. You can put your phone down. True. But when it's in your brain, that's just, now it's, like you said, it's a complete upload, download.
You're going to be making chicken and instead of Googling a recipe, it'll just pop in your head.
It's crazy. I feel like it's just making people less human.
Probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Thought into it. I mean,
I think on a large
I think about
scale
all this
too,
weird shit. I'm kind of a weirdo.
Imagine every human has it, and then I'm not conspiracy, but the government pretty much knows what everyone's thinking. Yeah.
If everyone has it, then no one's
you have a
special
chip
anymore.
in your brain.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty scary.
A lot to think about there. Yeah, because there's a lot of benefits. Not even have I could just talk to you in a second. Literally, I could be on the other side of the world and just think, oh no, and then there you go.
We probably could have consumed this whole podcast in a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
And literally had all the
our lips would be closed and we'd just be communicating through heads. Yeah.
That doesn't scare you a little bit?
I mean, it does, but I'm sure the fucking phones terrified motherfuckers, 20 years ago.
I think it's going to be like how our grandparents were like, I don't need a phone.
So I just think of shit.
Yeah, I don't need a goddamn Neuralink. And
we might be those people that are like, yo, I don't need a Neuralink. And they're like, Grandpa, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm so excited to see how that happens. I think I got a little taste of that with TikTok because I'm not super up to date on all the mini TikTokers that are blowing up and the drama. But I'm as we age, I'm so curious where we're going to become the fucking boomers and all the little kids are just going to be like, you guys are fucking idiots and don't understand anything. You don't understand culture. So I feel like we'll always be part of culture, but there's definitely going to be a day where we just have no fucking clue what's going on.
That's inevitable for sure.
Yeah. Which is so interesting. I'm curious what it's going to be like.
Our parents don't know shit about social media or how to work a phone even,
Yeah.
So that's just how it's going to be.
But I wonder if since we grew up with a little more technology, we'll still be.
No, because it's going to keep getting more advanced and kids learn it first.
But they didn't grow up with anything. There was no internet. There was no nothing. We grew up with internet,
I think technology will keep up to date with. I think it's more of the culture and trends
culture,
will just, will fall off eventually in the sense of knowing what's going on. And which would just be interesting to just have no fucking clue what people are consuming or watching.
Doesn't sound so bad, honestly.
Yeah, it would be nice.
What do you were talking about TikTok. What's your opinion on TikTok? People are saying it's going to overpass YouTube.
I thought the same, but YouTube Shorts, they've really taken some huge strides. Did you see that they announced?
They're gonna start paying.
I saw the separation.
No, the partners.
They're going to pay for Shorts a large amount.
So when you get ads on Shorts now, and starting in January, it's going to share the revenue with the creators. So I think TikTok's
I also aren't they going to separate videos from Shorts as well?
Yeah.
Because one thing I never wanted to do was Shorts.
Yes.
And it's actually, there's the only con I didn't like to it was that it got mixed up in your main
100%.
feed, right? But
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if that's really a con.
No,
It's
that was a
more
massive
just like
con.
yeah, I know.
I went out to YouTube and yelled at them many times about that. I thought it was fucking hideous. Like your hypothetical 1 hour podcast shouldn't be mixed together with these 30-second vertical.
They just made a new tab. They just
Exactly.
made a new tab.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Now you
that's
can
gonna
now you
bang.
it only
can
took
do
2
shorts.
fucking years. But none of that matters. No one fucking cares. The crazy thing is they have a goddamn rev split and TikTok doesn't.
A big one.
No,
Yeah.
like
A big one.
legit. No, it's not even a big one. Like it is an actual rev split. So
45,
it's starting
55,
in
right?
January. You're gonna, if you get like hypothetically 1 billion views on TikTok, whatever that is, that's like $1,000. 1 billion views over here on YouTube. I mean, that could literally make you like $100,000.
Is TikTok gonna adapt to that? You think?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be forced to. But the problem is Google has Google AdWords. They've been in this ad business for like over a decade where they've been sharing revenue with certain people, and the YouTube partner program's been around for a decade. They just have a ton of experience with doing it. That I think TikTok's gonna take quite a while
That's
to catch
the
up
one
on.
problem I think about, because you can make way more money on YouTube, but TikTok's so much easier and accessible to upload on that people probably don't even think like that.
Well, all I'm saying is once this partner program kicks into effect on Shorts, I think you're going to see a lot of big TikTokers coming over here.
Do you do a lot of short stuff on YouTube?
Yes. So right now I post
Not on your main. I saw one on your main.
Yeah,
right?
right now we post on our MrBeast Shorts channel. The thing is like, and this is where I could go infinitely deep. I think like, yeah, I want to make, so I think like if you, to really be successful, because they're bridging the gap where on YouTube now, if people watch your shorts, it'll also promote your long form, which like a month ago was not a thing. So that's why you would see these people getting like 5 million views a short, and they upload a long form video and it get like 5,000 views. It's fucking hilarious to see, but that's slowly not becoming a thing anymore. So if you're flipping through shorts, which a fuckload of people do now, and then you see a bunch of Nelk TikToks, then when you open up the homepage, you're going to get a Nelk podcast or whatever. And so because of that, I think what's best is that you make shorts very similar to your long form. So then I think you combine that and you could just supercharge the fuck out of your channel. So all that to say, the TikToks I currently make are way different than the content I do on my main, which is why,
Right. But do you think merging the shorts and long form onto one
100%.
one channel is the new move?
100%.
But you've been doing it separately for now,
Yes,
right?
because like I said, up to a month ago, it didn't influence long form. And then B, the content isn't similar to my long form. So I'm going to start only doing shorts that are similar to long form. And I want to post like one a day eventually on the main channel.
Wow.
It's 100%.
Unique shorts or clips from...
Unique shorts, yeah. I never do clips. Clips are, you're not going to get 50 to 100 million views on, well, podcasts are different. Like obviously, you know, you got the Andrew Tate model that crushes it.
Yeah.
But for normal videos, in my opinion, I don't think you're going to consistently get like 50 plus million view bangers just re-uploading clips. Like no one gives a fuck.
And shorts is like a huge way to gain subs, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right?
gain subs, get more views on your long form, and make fucking money. I'm telling you, it hasn't clicked in your head yet, but Charlie, Addison, all these people, if they can just literally do what they're doing, but over on YouTube and make a bag off of shorts, and then on top of that boosts their long form, which makes even more money. You're going to be crazy to be a TikTok first content creator. In my opinion.
So hold on though, but so this is creating now, because like I know Snapchat started recently paying people just to post stories.
doing that now
It's going to
too,
start
yeah.
creating like a war between like, are you don't think platforms can be like,
They all
I'll pay you
lost.
more here, pay you more
YouTube
here?
does it better. YouTube's doing a rev
You don't
split.
think TikTok can be like, what I'm saying is you're right now. That's going to happen whenever they change that. But don't you think TikTok's going to be like, all right, bet we're going to do the same shit?
You really think TikTok over here printing tens of billions of dollars is just overnight going to go, you know what? Half of these tens of billions, we're just going to give it away.
That's true.
know.
I think people underestimate YouTube a lot. And it's like, dude, it's owned
I'm
by
not underestimating it.
Google.
I'm just saying you invest all
your
your money
point.
back into your content, right?
I think they should, but I think if TikTok was going to, they would have already.
What about the
Well-
difference in content though? Because stuff that might bang
YouTube
on.
might put back them in a corner and make them.
That's
now.
what I mean.
Yeah. But that would be fucking, could you imagine just, you know, you're just literally every year you're getting like 20,
This is
30
what I'm
billion
saying.
dollars. And then one day you're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to give half of this away. I mean, that would be a huge
But that's
move by
to
them.
survive also at the same time.
I think they have to.
Yeah.
But if they do, then yes. Then I think it'll level. It just depends how long they take. Because I think right now, another thing that Shorts doesn't have going for them is the UI is just fucking ugly. Like on TikTok, you can swipe to the right and it pulls up.
Yeah.
On Shorts, you can't. You have to tap on the channel icon. But they're fixing all that. I think in like 6 months, Shorts is going to have this like a just as good, if not slightly better UI than TikTok. They're going to have this rev share thing. It's going to boost your views on your long form. Everything in the world is going to be like
But
Shorts
so
is it.
so you know all this. It's just like calling on the phone YouTube. Like, can I get who's that?
Well, I mean, it's just pretty obvious
You
where
want
they're
that plug?
going.
Yeah, I'm like, can I get that number?
I can hook you up.
What about
I think
you
what
thi-
I
you
think
think
what TikTok has going for them though right now is that anyone can go viral. And I don't
Yeah.
know what the algorithm is, but like
yes.
on YouTube, I would never get recommend a video with 2 likes. Like I'll open up my TikTok
But on
app and
Shorts,
see
you
like
do.
shorts you do.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's
I wonder
actually
if they'll get those because TikTok like a 21-year-old girl will like make a TikTok with her friends, and like I feel like that's why they have so many people uploading on it, you know, because anyone can go viral.
Exactly.
I wonder if YouTube Shorts will get there to where casual people, not just creators, will be.
Yeah, well, they've been very vocal that Shorts is like a platform, which is partly why they didn't have long form videos. Doesn't affect what shorts you get. So like if they watch your video and then open up Shorts, they don't get like a short because of that. And they're doing that intentionally. So a lot of smaller new people come up on Shorts, and it's not just all us big guys flooding it. So in a way, it is actually more geared towards the smaller creator than us bigger ones on Shorts. So yeah, what you're saying is exactly what they're trying to do.
It is like I'm wondering is the chart.
I think a whole new wave of like Charlies and Addisons are going to come up of the shorts.
But what I'm saying is like the dancing, like the stuff that they do on TikTok, gonna translate to YouTube like that and convert the same way.
They're not gonna. The fact is, like, no one's doing the dancing stuff like as much as they used to anymore.
But that's like what the
Steiny doesn't want to leave TikTok.
Yeah, he's like,
no, he's like, can I import my TikTok feed to Shorts?
He's been working on his dance moves. Like,
no, but like those are the biggest people. They're not gonna go to YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, but a lot of them
they 100% will when they can make 100 times more money. You're crazy if you don't think they will off of ad revenue, and the brand deals will be the exact same in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
I know, but
that gets me hyped about
that's
YouTube.
What, it's so interesting because they just made that announcement last week, and I don't think anyone realizes the just power of that.
That's crazy.
That was like the biggest play they could have ever made.
That's exciting that you can kind of like quote unquote go viral on YouTube again too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For the smaller
like those shorts are going crazy.
Exactly.
You think people get like just like unmotivated to have to rebuild their platform on YouTube Shorts, or it's just like whatever?
Not really. I think they'll.
But
love it.
now we're saying you're going to be uploading shorts on your main channel too.
Yeah,
like you're not creating a separate channel for shorts.
It's like instead of having a TikTok and YouTube channel, they're just together, which is what you want.
Damn,
like when you go viral on Shorts, it'll boost your long.
You know how exciting that is that we could post like a 30-second video on our Nelk main.
Yeah.
And it could get like 10, 15
mil. Shout out YouTube Shorts for paying the people.
And
too.
Shout out YouTube for it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
Big dub by YouTube. Big dub.
I gotta be excited.
There's a world too where it's like, if you're like a couple years from now, you're like, fuck it, this long form's too hard. You could just switch to only doing shorts. And I do think there's a world where you could remain relevant on YouTube by just doing shorts. And I think a lot of people, we all know dozens of people who are just fucking tired of making 10-minute videos because it's hard. They'll probably just switch over to shorts because it's easier. And it's going to slowly become bigger and bigger and basically overtake TikTok.
Short form content's fucking
What's your plan with that?
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, just basically do my main channel videos just shorter,
Got it.
Yeah.
But one a day, he said.
I would love to. That's what I want to ramp up to.
Do you think you'll scale back on long form then?
Well, right now we're hardly uploading on.
How often do you upload?
On the main, like once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, because like we were going to go to Antarctica and then that fell through because everyone there got COVID. And so we spent weeks working on that. And then like Chocolate Factory, that video, we were supposed to film it, but then we came in and the chocolate river just disappeared. I don't know what the fuck happened. So I guess there must have been a hole in the liner and it just sunk into the ground. So that delayed it by a couple of weeks. And we had all this shit just go horribly wrong and like 5 videos fall through. It's not been the best year for us uploading, but no, but because I don't think shorts are that hard. Like this month will be either number 1 or number 2, like most followed person on TikTok on the platform. And it just doesn't take that much time. Like I don't want to be too crazy with this statement, but it's like you should you shouldn't really complain about making short form content. It's infinitely easier. And this is coming from a guy who does both. I have 40 million followers on TikTok and we're growing very fast. So I'm playing the game on both. And I'm telling you, like long form, it's infinitely harder than short form. Short form, you can film a mega banger in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you're not filming a super viral YouTube video in under a week now.
No.
Let's talk more
Unless
about
you have a podcast
your evolution of content. So I did a podcast with Eric and we were talking about how like
it's funny. He just called me. That's who I hung up on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's crushing it too, right?
Yeah, he's doing great. I love him.
Yeah, we're supposed to do a challenge where like they have to do a bodybuilding thing.
Yeah, we've been lifting every day.
Yeah.
So I'm on day 50.
Dude, he's
getting there. I know.
Yeah, I just want you to know that he's on.
Why? What's he taking?
He's not taking anything. He's doing my program, but he's eating really
so
well.
he's
He's
on
training
some
every day.
shit.
He's consistent. Just,
Yeah.
No. Just be
hey, I need to get him
He's on my
drug tested.
program.
Just be a little afraid. But what I was going to say was we had this conversation on my pod about like the evolution of content. And, you found out obviously like the style of content with the editing, like the engaging, the payoff at the end. Do you think content as far as like what people want on YouTube or just want on the internet is going to change over time? Like, what do you think the future of like what people want is? You think it's always going to remain that exact scheme or it's going to like, they want more like motivational content or more heartfelt content or more real content? Or is it just always like, to depend on your demographic. You know what I'm saying?
It 100% will change. That's the thing. Like that, to do well over time, you just have to innovate and adapt. Like if all you ever did was, what was that one prank you did where you Coke in your trunk or whatever? Like, yeah, if you just did that, you know, every year, no one would give a fuck. Like you guys adapt, everyone adapts.
But where do you think it's going is my question. Like, cause you have so much knowledge. Yeah. I think you have vision. I think you have, you know, like, where's the foresight?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. You don't, like, every video is just different, you know? So it's like, it's not like one of those things where it's macro. It's just like minor things change over time. So like right now we're just a little bit more focused on storytelling than we used to, and like getting people attached to, you know, contestants or the people we have in the videos, and trying to slow it down just slightly.
Do you I'm sorry I interrupted you. You just made me think of a different question. Do you think it's super important, and please continue the rest of the answer.
No, hit me.
Do you think it's super important to have a group to be successful, like a group of people? Because it couldn't just be you in a video.
Yeah. No, I it's hard. I think if you want to be a personality, obviously you don't want a group. You just want them all attached to you. What defines success? Is success just views? Is success money? What is success?
My definition?
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, if we're just talking about success on YouTube, I'm just talking about views. What I'm saying is like, forget money, forget all this other stuff. I'm just saying, like, do you think in order to have like a successful content, you kind of need a group? Because you do have somewhat of a group, the people that you banter with.
Of course we do. So I think like having a group makes it more fun. Like there are videos that are they just fucking suck, but you know, whatever, you do it because it's like spending 50 hours in the middle of a desert. Like it sounds fun, and then you go to do it and it's fucking hell, but you know, you do it because it's cool. And like, so I think you need that solid group, or you're gonna put a bullet in your head. You're gonna go insane.
Go a little crazy.
Yeah. So I think that's more what helps. Because I could film videos without them, and there's some times where they're busy and I do, and they still do well. It's just way more fun when I have the boys.
Was the Squid Games video your biggest video?
Oh yeah, 100%.
How much did that cost?
So that one was a little over $4 million. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be $2 million, but you know, things just added up and added up. So it's on. In English, I think it got like 280 million views, and then in other languages, I think it did another 100. So
did Joe ever buy that doll thing from you?
Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, I forgot to follow up with him.
Oh,
you do know your shit. He did
watches
his
Joe
goddamn
Rogan
research.
I mean, I watch a lot of stuff. Yeah,
that's fine.
When do you decide, we're gonna recreate this? When you're watching?
Well, I mean,
Squid
that
Games?
was just obvious.
Like
everyone in the world watched Squid Game back then. Yeah.
You're just like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and obviously. Like literally, you couldn't open a social media platform where people weren't talking about Squid Game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You did it.
Did you watch that video or no? Research
Of course, I watched it. But it's interesting how you did it so fast, like in timing wise. And you were talking about with this
Joe. That was brutal. Yeah, it was.
That was like,
hard.
How did you pull that off?
That was the hardest thing we've ever done in our lives. Like that was like, I don't even know how to put into words just how fucking crazy those sets were, and having 456 people, and you know, it's not scripted. It's like they can, you know, do whatever they want. We have to corral and manage and.
How many cameras you had shooting that?
Yeah,
like I'm really curious.
Yeah, that one. The first scene probably had like 40 rolling the whole time.
Shit.
Yeah, that was so like, you know how like the bombs on their chests would blow up when they got out, when they died, and so like we had to, you know, William Osman had to make those. We had to make a custom app. So like if player 156 got out, you pressed on this app, player 156 eliminate, and then it would blow up. But you got to make sure when that squid blows up, it doesn't light them on fucking fire. Yeah. And you know, and then you got to have that. You have to rig up all the cameras. You have to build these crazy ass sets. You got to plan out the CG and the lighting. Like the first scene was filmed in a warehouse, but in Squid Game it's outside. So we had to do all the lighting in a way where it looked like we were outside because we CG'd like the sky where the roof is, and like all this stuff. It was the most complicated and difficult thing I've ever done in my life.
What's like the story or like the inception from like A to Z on a video like that? Like it starts with an idea.
Well, that one.
And then what?
The idea was pretty easy because it was a show, so it was just recreating it.
Then what's the next step? Is it like a big pre-production meeting or like?
Yeah, well, for that it was just like, how the fuck do we even do this? Yeah. And so we get together and we just look at all the sets. I mean, again, it's kind of cheating because we had them to go off of, but a lot of it was like, before I never used CG before that video, so it's just some of it just physically wasn't possible, and so that's when we were like, all right, fuck it, I think we're gonna have to get into CG on this, and so that was a whole different learning curve for me. Like if you could pull up the video, I could show you some cool things.
His same question, I want to ask the same question, but in relationship to other videos, like what's your actual process when you make videos that
like
are
in
completely
general.
organic?
Okay, fuck pulling up that video then.
Thumbnail.
So basically, well, now we have tons of ideas. So I just picked the idea.
It's like the core team too.
Yeah.
Of people. How many?
It depends. So I work very well off of inspiration. So I'll have like a dozen or so people that try to inspire me for ideas. But at the end of the day, it's just like I pick the ideas. Same thing with, we have probably like 7 people who like, once we have the ideas, help me flush it out. But at the end of the day, it's like them pitching me and then I approve it. So it's probably like 20 people that work on that side. And it's just a lot of back and forth, because the problem is you just don't know what's possible until you do the research. So like if it's hypothetically, I spent 50 hours on a submarine, then we're going to write the video and be like, okay, I want a submarine. I want to sail under Antarctica. I want to shoot a missile at a glacier. I want to do this. I want to do this. This is a great video. But then we'll like go into actually working on it and we'll be like, oh, it's fucking illegal to shoot a missile. Oh, and by the way, if you
go figure.
Yeah. But whatever, because we like to push things and like you don't know until you try. And so it's like, because there are a lot of things we do that you would like our world's largest firework video. I mean, by all intents and purposes, the firework we launched was like basically a giant bomb. And, so you don't know until you try. And so then, here's the list of all the things after we work for a month that aren't possible, blah, blah, blah. And then we have to like, okay, rethink it. And it's like it's not, oh, here's the video, here's all the things I want to do. And then we make it happen. It's like, you do that, and then you work for a month, you talk to submarine companies, you talk to fucking missile companies, you talk to blah, blah, this, you do your research, you figure out the things you can't do, then you have to rewrite the video. And it's doing that for like 3 or 4 months until you have something that's like, okay, we can do this.
So how does the planning of this go? It kind of almost reminds like the apparel business where like we'll start something 6 months like prior, like a project, like making like a shirt or something, like 6 months prior. And then you're like, okay, the evolution of it is in 6 months, it now comes to being a product that's buyable on a website, right?
If we start working on a video now, it'll probably get uploaded in 6 months. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Whoa.
Is that?
No, it's just, I mean, that's like,
I guess honestly, I haven't really talked. Yeah, that makes sense. What? I guess
because this is like it's a physical product, right?
Well, just in general, other YouTubers, what's a normal turnaround like a week?
I mean, it depends what kind of content you make, but like a week maybe.
For us,
most YouTubers,
bro, that would be great.
But it's obviously
I would kill to have a 1 week turnaround.
It's way different, right? Like your production value is astronomical. Like what you're doing is completely different. But I just find that so interesting that like it
takes at least a month or 2 just to build our sets.
Okay, so then you're like months out where you inception to like 6 months product done.
Yeah, every video we're filming between now and the end of the year. We're already working on, because if not, they just wouldn't happen.
Dude, that is just different, man.
That's insane. I gotta ask you, dude. Like even with the Squid Games, do you ever get like anxiety or like
crippling anxiety?
Like
obviously.
on set with that many people and like
it's like, especially because like sometimes I stutter because I'm like I'll be thinking of the video and I'll be thinking of this and the squibs but I also have to speak, and so sometimes I'll forget like I'm filming and I'll stutter, and then it's like fuck, I got to repeat this in front of 456 people. But no, I mean at the end of the day, you just kind of do what you got to do,
Okay, so based on what he just asked, I have another question. Do you do things for like let's say outside of YouTube, do you do things for like your mental health? Do you like meditate? Do you practice anything that's like a little more, or you just like just work all the time?
I've said this recently. It's like, I tried doing the schedule where I work Monday through Friday. I hate it. I tried doing Monday through Saturday, taking Sundays off. I hate it. Weirdly enough, what works for me is like, I just give in to my impulse and I just work every hour of the day until I just feel burnt out. And then I usually just like watch anime for half a day to recharge.
Do you think it's ever going to catch up with you where you're like, fuck, I'm exhausted?
No, I don't think so. I think like everyone's different. I don't think my model would work for most people, especially because most people fucking hate their jobs. But I think like if you truly love what you're doing, like why put boundaries on it? If you want to work. And like, so for me, it tends to be like, I like to go hard as fuck every hour of the day for like 8 or 9 days. And then I usually need like a day off. Like, but having some type of set structure where it's like, I just can't predict it because it also depends. Some videos are harder than others. Like this is technically work, but this is fun. So like this cycle,
it's really fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, I just went to the bathroom. I'm so fired up.
I know. This has been an amazing.
Let's go.
I knew this was
gonna
be lit, but like I'm actually fired up to kill shit.
Me too.
Good. Wait. Now I'm curious. Sorry to change the subject, but like, what have there been podcasts where you weren't fired up? Like, I think this one will be a banger. The topics have been great.
I love the YouTube talk, and I love like how we just get to sit down with like you're killing it too. I just like to learn. So like,
what's oh fuck, never mind. That would be mean. I was gonna say what's the one that didn't go well, but then you'd have to shit on whoever it is.
Podcast?
Yeah.
I
mean, unless you want.
I mean, you're always more excited to sit down with like things that you're more like naturally.
Yeah, this is one. Right? This is one we've been talking about that.
Let's go.
We really wanted to sit down.
I mean, you got to do one every week, so
some
we try to. So some obviously you're not going to be as engaged.
Have been keeping it or killing it. Like Mark Cuban, I was shocked to see you guys got.
I love the business ones.
Yeah, that was a great one. I love that one as well. Yeah, sometimes the guest, I'm like, holy shit, like they did that.
I know.
crazy.
Do any of those
crazy.
guys ever reach out to you? Like these billionaires, big
They
people?
must.
Yeah, of course.
Like, has Elon ever hit you up or anything like that?
I think
You've
you
chilled
tweet
with
him all the
Elon,
time.
right?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
Elon's replied to my tweets a few times. I think one time, it might have been his team. They invited me to a Tesla event. I think it was a Cybertruck one, but I was filming. And so I said no, which would have been fun to hang out with him. But,
That's
hold on.
savage. You faded Elon?
well, it was
Okay.
probably his team, not him. But
no,
fuck, you
it was
guys
probably him, bro.
maybe you guys had him on.
I think
though.
it was
Yeah.
him.
Well,
Yeah.
not to change the subject, but holy shit.
He
How
said-
the fuck did you
He
guys
said
get
something
Elon
off
on?
camera about you too. He was
Oh,
a little
really?
upset that you faded him. So
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
did he say he fucking hates me?
yeah, so sorry.
I forgot. You guys got fucking Elon. What the fuck?
John's been in touch with him, and he's been emailing him.
Yeah.
Like, want to come on, and he always replies with just like 2-word answers, like "sorry, not now."
Damn.
And then one day he's just like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Holy shit. I still can't believe you guys did that.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy.
is wild.
We had to go there and just wait for like 48 hours,
Yeah.
and the time
When-
kept changing.
When you did that, Reed, my manager, he fucking loves you guys. I'm pretty sure if you're like, hey, you want to manage us, he would leave me in a heartbeat. He loves you guys. He's always wearing a happy dad hat. And when you guys go, there we go.
We need shit for him.
And whenever wait,
That's
what'd you
funny.
say?
If you make cool shit, I'd wear your stuff. But like, I gotta wear the happy.
Yay,
Oh.
help me. I've got 5 trillion things going on. Here, you know what? Next merch drop, Reed's in charge of. So if it's bad, it's on him. No, I'm putting it out there. My next merch drop is solely Reed. I'm not even gonna fucking look at it. So if it's cringe, it's on him.
Damn.
There you go.
That's a lot of pressure.
And he better fucking wear it over these goddamn happy dad hats every fucking time I see him fire. But it's just funny because I swear he talks about you guys more than me.
That's dope.
You don't do any collabs, really, do you?
Not before. It's just hard. I'm trying to get into it because I think like one of the reasons why I wanted, well, obviously you guys are chill, so I wanted to hang out with you. But in general, I just want to do more podcasts because a lot of people re-upload them on TikTok and stuff
Sure.
like that. So it's like, even if this hypothetically got, we'll just say 1 million views, it could get hundreds of millions of views on TikTok if we just say some cool shit. So I think podcasts now are like more OP than they've ever been.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, 100%.
Crazy. It's like everywhere now.
Exactly.
But then we were talking about it too on the last pod. It also becomes like a double-edged sword because people take stuff out of context and
Yeah.
they're
Oh
like,
my
"This is
God.
this is that," like the stuff, the Tate stuff.
yeah,
You know how it's like he said this and then he said that, but then he also said this.
A
and
lot
they're,
of
like, picking.
drama shit goes viral too.
exactly.
People love that.
But I think like now is the best time to do podcasts than ever before. Like if you did a podcast 4 years ago, it's just the people who listen to it and that's it. And then after like a week, it's dead.
Well-
now it's like the clips are re-uploaded for months on months. It gets so many views outside of the actual podcast. It's a great time to
I guess
do a bunch.
Tate kind of like started that too, right?
Yeah, I would call it the Tate model, to be
the
honest.
Tate model
The
too.
clips,
Yeah.
man.
It's actually crazy what he did, like opinions aside about him, but like what he did on TikTok is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
And basically just going on podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I think if you're an influencer, you should go on like a couple dozen podcasts. You should clip all the best parts and just put it in a folder and just give it to your fans and let them go start TikTok
Right.
accounts. Like they'll like literally promote you for free and go like an army, just shill your videos.
Do you think just on TikTok, or do you think that'll be a thing on Shorts too?
Probably shorts as well. Yeah.
Like it is interesting. Before you wanted all the content to yourself, like delete this account,
Yeah.
like. But now it's like reverse. It's like TikTok, you want as many fan pages as
Yep.
possible.
Yeah. I won't say who, but the YouTuber with 20 million subscribers the other day. It's funny. He took the opposite stance. He's like, all these people keep re-uploading my videos on TikTok. And he sent me this one TikTok with like 30 million views where it was just a part of his video. And I was like, I just called him. I was like, you fucking dipshit. You know how many people of that 30 million had no clue who you were? How many views that drove to your videos? I was like, what the fuck are you going on
Yeah,
about?
what
You
was he
want to
upset about?
strike this? You want to strike these guys for promoting? And they're like, and you know, and then after I like really laid it out, he's like, you know what, you're right. And but he was like about to strike like hundreds of people who were
What were his
re-uploading him.
negatives about that?
He was just like, well, it spoils the videos, or now they're not going to watch my videos. And I just told him he was an idiot.
Yeah.
And like he understood it, but it agreed. It's like you definitely want people to re-upload your content now. It's OP.
Shit just changes. So
Yeah.
like,
It's
crazy.
wild, man. I love the evolution of it because I do really love this kind of content.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. So do you have no like personal time? Because you seem like the
Yeah.
gaming
Well, wait,
stuff.
whoa.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about something. He just reminded me.
Okay.
You did a flip with Michael Keaton,
Yes.
which is crazy. I don't know if you saw this. I'm a poker. I love poker. He did
Oh,
a
we can play after this.
We can. I'll do
I
it.
know.
I'll play heads up if you want.
For how much?
10K.
100K.
It's a little deep.
50.
I'll sponsor you.
I'll do
Oh,
it.
you will?
I'll sponsor
100K
you.
heads up?
If he'll sponsor
Bro,
it, we'll
Reed,
figure it
my
out.
manager behind him was like, fuck.
But
what's
I've played
happening?
a lot. But
Okay, he'll back you. 100K.
okay, I'm in.
Let's do it.
If you're back me, I mean, how much percent do you want?
Yeah, what's your
You down to take 90?
We'll
Can you take
half it.
90%? I'll take 10.
I'll back half it.
Bro,
I'm dead serious.
Hey, Reed, I actually have a poker table outside this door. Don't
play.
even ask
Shut
me
the
why.
fuck up.
I do. I do.
This ain't a MrBeast video. What the fuck?
I'll play.
No,
Poker table right on.
How long are you in? How long are you in LA for?
Shut the fuck I'm here for a couple days. Yeah.
I'll play
Maybe
heads
we'll
up.
try to find a window.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Now
do
he's
different
backing out, but I'll play heads
I'm
up.
in, bro.
No, I'll back half to.
Okay, but anyway, you plan on, was it Poker After Dark?
Yeah, something like that.
That's
So there's a
sick.
flip. It's basically flipping a coin.
No, there was a different poker show. Poker After Dark. There was all these like big name people
Who
here.
was there?
Like Ted Cruz and
Ninja was there, right?
Yeah, like all these people.
Wait, Ted Cruz as in?
Yeah, the senator. Yeah, it was like
Oh, the senator.
or-
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Governor.
That's crazy.
A lot of
Governor
DJs
or
out
whatever.
there.
Oh yeah, Senator.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry.
Yeah,
you're right.
so like all these people that I'd never met before, I showed up late. I don't remember what I was doing, and I sit down, and it was like a big game. Then it was like televised on Poker After Dark, and like firsthand, as a joke, I just went all in, and without even really looking at my cards. And then Phil Hellmuth beside me, I think he got pocket aces.
You had Pocket Kings, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got pocket kings, and he got pocket aces. And as a joke, I was just like all in pre-flop, and he called it, and I lost firsthand. And then I just had to sit there the whole broadcast, like, well, I'm out. But anyways, the one you're talking
So
about.
he,
The show after,
so
yeah.
he fucking plays poker and it's like flip. So you just put it in blind, and I
Yeah.
think it was 400K, right?
I think it was 200K. Yeah,
200K puts in 200K, and it's just like whatever happens, happens.
200K each. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fucking
That was
crazy,
Keaton lost
bro.
$1 million that game.
Yeah.
That was
What
wild.
made you?
So you're a big.
Do you
you're a big
gamble?
gambler?
Back in the day, I used to be. Not anymore. But poker. So
Poker's dope.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love poker.
Poker's sick.
Yeah, I
Wait, were you sweating at all when you flip for 200K? Like,
No, so I actually won a couple $1 million gambling one time, and then so whenever I gamble, I just pull from that.
can you tell us
And
a
so-
story?
I can tell you off the podcast.
Oh, okay.
You'll fucking know.
I love it.
But it was more money than I should have won. But yeah, so I have this like I call it my little gambling fund, and so anytime I gamble, I just pull money out of that account. So it's great because it's all pure profit. It's not like my normal money. And so yeah, I was playing with money from my gambling fund. So like when I play with that, I don't give a fuck, which is great because that's why
Yeah.
I win a lot. Because if like we can still make money. Like someone when I am playing poker can put like 300K in, and like I just don't give a shit because I don't touch that money. It's only there for gambling. So I'll just call it, and then you put them in these awkward positions, and they get really nervous, and that's how you
Of
get a lot of
course.
pots.
Has anyone done like a big like influencer poker thing? I feel like that'd be cool.
We got to.
Yeah, well, the one he's talking
That
about,
would
Ludwig
Poker After
did
Dark.
it.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, well, Ludwig did one with a couple of like Twitch streamers and stuff, but no, I mean, you should do one where like really, really big. Like we could
Yeah.
probably get like if let's see, if we got 8 people each put in like 250, like a $2 million game, winner takes
Crazy.
all. Like that would be fucking wild.
Oh shit.
How would you do that? Would you stream that? Can you?
Yeah, of course you can stream it.
You stream
Poker's
that's gonna go
perfectly fine.
crazy,
Bro,
bro.
I feel like Steve would win that.
You're actually probably pretty good. I feel like you know when to get it in and all that.
Yeah, I would love to. If we could get like,
I could probably dust you heads up.
No.
Would you buy in if it was like 250?
Whoa.
If I mean,
If he has an edge,
if I
of
can make
course.
content around this, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Okay. There we go. If we got like you, Steve,
Yeah.
Kyle's in.
me, I'm sure. Like, yeah, we could
We'll
find
get some
4
other
others.
people.
I'll sell
Hit us
95%.
up
I'll
if you're
figure it
in.
out.
Holy shit, that
So-
would be so much fun.
You do like you obviously.
See, now this is the DJ in me. Now I'm like, fuck. I
No,
wanna
we
do
need
it.
that.
like, so what else do you do with your free time then? Gambling's a little thing.
It's
sounds like.
usually just like I was hooked on League of Legends for the longest time.
let's go.
What, you play League?
What did you mean? Yeah, I love that shit.
Oh yeah, I played Pikes.
Shrooms or
Leona.
League of Legends? This guy.
Oh,
goes
I
crazy.
know. I love that
Let's
shit.
go,
Dude, I love it.
I just hosted a League of Legends tournament. It was me with 4 other influencers versus Ninja. We played on where was it at, Reed? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
ADC? No, but what league are you in? Like gold, diamond?
Oh no. Okay, so I'm not. I guess I'm not that official. I haven't
Oh,
played
okay.
that.
Well, then
yet.
never mind.
But I feel like
I've been playing for 10 years. I want to own a League of Legends team.
oh shit.
Yeah, I love League. So,
So-
we're probably next year or the year after going to buy a League team.
How much money is in that shit?
a lot. What?
Yeah, how much is a franchise spot? Are we allowed to say? Okay, never mind. It's it's
No,
eight.
Well, like roughly, like what's
it's
a,
8 figures.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
just-
yeah,
just
that
for a
game.
right
That
to
bro,
play in
that
the league.
game is massive.
Huge,
Biggest
yeah.
game in the
Is
world.
that what you're always playing, or you play other shit too?
Yeah,
You play
but,
Diablo.
I play all that old stuff, but yeah,
Yeah.
I played it all.
But it's
I
mostly
love
just
League.
that and watching content. I don't know. Right now, it's. I mean, like I don't. Fuck. Look, it's funny. I just open my phone and just
A lot of people hitting you up.
harassing me.
Of course.
But it's just basically every hour of the day from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed at the moment. It's just like until the end of the year. We're just, especially because we didn't upload as much, we got a lot of videos coming out. So it's not really much downtime, but you go through cycles. You can't be going 100 miles an hour all the time.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to. Like, there's no just like you just go sit in your backyard and not do anything. ever?
I love listening to podcasts or reading audio biographies and stuff like that. But no, I got rid of all the computers in my house, so I don't play League. I haven't really played much the last 2 years. It's usually just watching content for inspiration or like learning about Napoleon or Alexander the Great or someone.
Yeah, that's your downtime. Learning.
I love learning. Yeah.
Do you watch other creators and try and get like creative or inspiration off them at this point?
Honestly, I need people to watch. I feel like a lot of it is, it's just kind of stale and a lot of people are getting repetitive. Like, so I like throwing on your guys' podcast and stuff like that. But no, most of what I watch is like educational, like how America prints money or blah, blah, blah. It's like stuff like that. It's not entertainment based stuff. Like,
is there any video that you have planned that's just so crazy that...
Oh gosh. Well, the video we just finished filming, so we flew to India and there's a legit $1 a night hotel in India where it's like a room this size and there's just mats on the floor and you get one per $1 a night. So we flew there, and we stayed at a $1 a night hotel, and then we worked our way up from the literal cheapest hotel on the planet to the most expensive. And like it included everything, Airbnbs or blah, blah, anything you can rent for a night. So it was a $1 one. Then we went to a $1,000 cave where you can rent this cave that's like a mile underground. And then we went to this place in the Maldives where it's like a $10,000 place, but it's underwater. So you see fishes and stuff. Yeah. And then we got a giant private island, blah, blah, blah. The like medicine room in Vegas, that was $100,000. And then the $1 million night one's like this giant castle package.
$1 million a night?
Yeah, it's like people, you do it for like weddings or like sweet 16s. Like,
wait, for a room or what? You get the whole...
it's for a huge castle, and they do like a drone show. They have like a world-class chef fly out and like make you this crazy meal, and it's like
$1 million a night.
That's how ridiculous, good was the food? Man.
The food was great. It was like really, really
10 out
good.
of 10?
No, well, it was like a 30-course meal. So if you just didn't like it, just skip it.
Did they give you a bunch of chicks or?
Wait, what?
Like, do they provide women or no?
Dude, what the fuck?
Well, $1 million is crazy, bro.
No,
it's insane.
No. But
kind of ruined MrBeast's career. Now,
yeah.
What the hell?
We'll cut that.
But yeah, it was wild.
They give you a hand job at the end?
Yeah,
like, come on, Steiny.
No, they give you $100.
$1 million
They're 10K
on one night, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's insane. It's an insane number.
Yeah. And so that's our coming out video. So it's interesting because you go from the very cheapest all the way to the most expensive. I think it's going to be one of our best videos.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool as fuck.
Damn. So you just like worldwide with your content, just like constantly
traveling.
That
was brutal. That was like 15 days of straight flying. I wanted to die by the end.
Do you ever like, are you ever upset because you're like, yo, I didn't even get to enjoy that because I'm so focused on the content?
Yeah, that one I thought would be more fun, but you know, like during the $1 million one, I had to like film everything and I would never really just relax. So it wasn't as fun as I thought.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was crazy. It was a cool experience. I loved just going to India too.
And how'd you do the milli? Was it a wire?
To be honest, I just have people that handle that for me. I don't know how they pay them.
That's fucking nuts.
Damn, bro.
What's your favorite place you've been, country-wise?
Ooh.
Or like top 3?
Honestly, I just like being at my studio in North Carolina. It's like every place is kind of the same to me, just different time zone, to be honest. I don't know if that's bad, but every time I'm abroad, I'm just like, fuck. I need to go back and work on creative and I need to do this. And I feel like my world's falling apart if I like leave North Carolina for more than a week.
Do you have a place outside North Carolina where you like get the most love or you have the biggest fan presence?
India, definitely. Our Indian audience is just absurd. So it's like our audience is America, then India, and then I think UK, Canada, then like, what is it? Into Philippines, right? Something like that. But I mean, YouTube gets more views per month from India than they do America. Like India is YouTube's largest audience.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
But it's like there's 3 billion people in India. There's only 300 million in America.
Yeah,
so like, you know, even if everyone in America watched 10 videos a day, if only half the people in India watch like 7 a day, they still get more views. So it's like not even like a fair, you know, comparison. But that's the future, like 100%. Like India, you definitely need to like build your fan base over there because as more and more of them come online and their middle class grows, like they're going to become a juggernaut.
How far ahead of the game do you feel compared to other YouTubers? Like, do you know, like, I've got 5 channels in different languages, all this?
Yeah. I don't know how to answer that without sounding arrogant. So I think most YouTubers still only spend like 10 grand a video or whatever, and they don't put that much time into it, and they don't have a team, and they also, you know, if they made $5 million next year, would stop trying.
Sure.
You know? So it's like, I think very far ahead, to be honest. I think most people just like, if like a lot of these YouTubers, they have $10 million in their bank account, which just factually would not upload a fraction of how much they do currently.
For sure.
Which obviously, if they're going to get up to this point, that will happen. And then I think that's where a lot of them fall off.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be just like, I think Eric shares that same like just almost dumb, right? Like you have enough money where you just don't have to work anymore, but you keep going because you love it. And I think that's like very few people, like most people, $5-10 million is what they do. Very few people keep going and like want to live that hellish lifestyle where you're on the treadmill and you're just going and going and going, even when you don't have to be.
What do you think makes those people different? Like, why are they like that? Why are you like that?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I feel like it would be better for someone to examine me and say it because I have all sorts of biases. For me, it just feels like it's baked in my bloodstream. Like
you could tell he got it, Eric, from the beginning though too.
Yeah.
I remember when YouTube used to recommend him. Like you see those channels, all of a sudden it's like they start recommending someone with like 100K views.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit.
And you just tell
you
he's
could tell
the
the
next
title,
one.
the thumbnail, like
Yeah.
then you watch the video, it's like, okay, this guy's a YouTuber.
He is.
He gets it.
And he's a psychopath. Like he's the kind of guy that would walk across America or do crazy shit like that. So I think he's the next person to get 100 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And then like Ryan Trahan, he's also a good one. Did you see his penny series?
Was that with?
Yeah, he traveled across America to give me a penny. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Too.
So that like he is great on the like storytelling side and stuff like that. I think he's crushing it. I don't even know how this. What subject am I on? Why am I rambling about this?
Just talking about competition. I think.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How far ahead you are?
There's people like that, but even then, like if I stopped uploading today, it'd probably take like Eric like 4 years to get to where I am now, or 3. So. Like basically,
is that a challenge? You challenge him against another like
sure.
bodybuilding?
I talk to him every day. Bring it on. We like to egg each other on.
Does seeing like young people on the come up like keep you motivated too?
No, I love it. I think a lot of people and just take this mindset of like they don't like helping other people because they're worried they're gonna take the lunch money or blah blah blah. I've always been very open with everything I know because I think if you just give, people will give back to you. Like a world where I help 100 creators all grow and they help me back is better than a world where I help none and they don't help me. You know what I mean? So I love that Eric's crushing it. And I hope he is on a trajectory to catch up to me. It's fine because he's going to learn so much along that way. And if he's sharing that information with me, it's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the big reasons why there hasn't been a lot of people like us is they just don't share. and they have this wrong mindset. Like there's infinite amounts of views to go around. Like who the fuck cares? The better he does not make me do worse. If anything, we do better together.
Is this like one of the only like YouTube type events that like goes on now? Like what you guys are doing this week?
Yeah, it's like VidCon and this.
Is VidCon still a thing?
Yeah, but it has like fans and stuff like that. So like
it used to be way bigger, I feel.
Exactly. Like yeah, and like it's gotten super corporate, like because there's fans and you can't even like really leave this and blah blah. Whereas this is just YouTubers only. So Vid Summit's only YouTubers, no fans. Keep it at like 1,000 people, so it's not that crazy. And yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
Should get like all the top people like together for some type of shit.
We do that. I feel like we went to occasionally like a couple times a year. I'll just get like all the YouTubers I think are really crushing it. And we'll just hang out in like
that's sick.
cabin
I wasn't
in the
there.
woods.
That's
just,
cool.
Like
you weren't there?
I wasn't there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. You want to come next time?
I mean, dude, I love
the more we talk.
I'm down. I love learning.
Okay.
I love learning.
I mean, we have
YouTube.
a bodybuilding competition in about 6 months.
Okay.
So not me and him. No, him and Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, he's training Eric, and I got.
What's good with that?
Well, dude, Eric, I'm not judging you right now, but just you're wearing a long sleeve. I'm just saying.
Well, the problem is Eric has low body fat percentage.
He's fucking.
So his muscle will show. I'm definitely getting stronger, but I have some weight to lose.
Well,
so it's
what's
like
the competition?
They're
Like,
going
who
to do
can
a
lift more?
bodybuilding competition.
Yeah, so
they signed an actual legal
well,
document.
it's 9 months. We extended it.
What's the action? Is there action on it? You guys have side action.
We could
for
bet
sure.
on it.
Yeah,
But they're going to do like
you and Eric have side 500K.
I'm telling you, I'm training this guy.
Yeah, me and him have been working out every single day. So we started 50 days ago. We started working out every day, and then we added some stakes to it. So it's just us doing a bodybuilding competition. You're not going to want to look like a fat piece of shit.
Sure.
So that's kind of the stakes. Like in 9 months, we signed a contract that we would do one. So we've been working out every day, and it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. But he is skinny, so his muscle shows instantly. I'm cutting, so I'm still losing weight. I was a fat fuck. I'm still a fat fuck, but not as much. So in like a month or two, then you'll be able to tell.
Sounds like some shit.
Who's training you?
Yeah, Jasper. Are you friends with Jasper?
Yep.
Yeah, he's here.
He's here now.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he? Because we got to face off.
Why, you going to throw some shade?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, everywhere I go, Jasper goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's full time with you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Eric doesn't have you like that, huh?
No, Eric can afford
Probably doesn't
that.
even hit you back.
Yo, I love the shade. It's so funny.
No,
it's
Eric's
good.
my boy. I love him.
He's dope as fuck.
Yeah, he's great.
super smart, man. The pod that I did with him, he's a very, very smart guy. But do you have a hard time being consistent with training? Because like obviously it's like, dude, every time I look at your stuff and we're talking about all this stuff, it's like, where the fuck do you find time?
It's very, very, very hard. Like when we went to India, I had to work out at 2 a.m. in the Maldives, like 1 a.m. at the castle one after we finished filming at 3. It's been brutal, but we've done 50 days in a row, me and him both. So every day we call each other and we just scream at each other. And I've always worked out on and off throughout my life, but it's just the videos just make it fucking hard. But now I'm just sucking it up and just being like, you know what? I don't care. I'm
and this is the thing I think is important because like everyone, like not every, well, yeah, everyone who like wants to get in shape, they tend to make excuses like they don't have enough time. Yeah. But I literally feel like you literally don't have enough time.
It's
and
brutal.
You still do
I'm fucking dying. I like you can see bags in my eyes because I was working out at like midnight last night. Like some days, like it's just a 15-hour film session. You know, I know Eric's gonna call me, and so I got to get it in, or or I'm a fucking loser. So it's whatever, but we're making it work.
Traveling's what kills.
Yeah, how the fuck are you doing it?
If I'm at home posted, like I'm barely partying, honestly, maybe once a week. If that.
How would you tell people who are listening to this who have a hard time staying consistent with training, like what requires?
I think the number one thing is someone who's like tried to do it consistently a bunch, but even then, I'm still like, give me a couple more months before I start giving advice because I'm only on day 50. But I think just having an accountability partner, like a real one that you respect, and like every fucking day you talk to them, and you guys like there have been days where like I filmed for literally 13 hours and I'm about to go to bed, and I have that call with him, and he's like, "Get the fuck up right the fuck now," and I'm like, "Fuck."
You kind of need that tough love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so then I do, and like there have been times where I've literally yelled at him until he got out of bed and worked out, and like it's because he has a similar schedule to me. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But I just want to get to that point where like eventually it just when I am jacked, hypothetically a year from now, I'm just not going to want to lose it. So I won't need it as much. But I think to get over that first hump, like there are days where you're motivated and there's days where you're not, and you just need someone on the days where they're not to pull you up, and on the days where you're motivated, you pull them up, and it kind of it works really well.
Do you have like a vice where you're just so stressed out and you're like, dude, I gotta escape reality or like anything like that?
Probably anime, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like watching anime. It's fun.
It just gets you out of your zone.
What's the best anime shows?
Depends.
Dragon Ball Z.
Have you watched any before?
Dragon Ball Z?
Does Yu-Gi-Oh count as anime back in the day?
Of course. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's hard to know because it's like just like older folks would be like these.
Yu-Gi-Oh is dope.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is fire.
Dragon Ball.
You should watch
Dragon Ball Z is the best.
But even
it's OG.
Yeah,
I had all the God cards in Yu-Gi-Oh.
We all did. Yu-Gi-Oh. My school actually banned.
Wait,
Yu-Gi-Oh
what card? Yeah, what cards did you do? Like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or
Yu-Gi-Oh? Until my school banned it because they said it was of the devil when I was like,
what the hell,
9. But a good show would be Death Note. I think you'd really like Death Note.
Death Note?
Yeah.
Instead of like raging, maybe you should try that out. See how that goes for you. Sauna and then anime.
That could be dope.
You should try it. I think you would really like it. It's basically like this guy has a book that you can write any name in the world in it, and the person will die. And then he tries to conquer the world. And like, how do you stop someone that has like, so if he wrote his name and he just died, you wouldn't know who the guy who killed him is. So how do you stop someone who can kill anyone in the world at any point by writing their name in the book?
Sick.
And so it's basically the world's greatest detective trying to figure out this guy.
What's the joke, dummy? Go ahead.
I was gonna do an anime porn thing for you, but I'm not going to
anime
right
porn
now.
thing.
He recommended that to me. We're not gonna get into that.
Okay,
wait, which one? Say it.
I don't know. It's like the
Hentai?
finish in 30 second type thing with
please
like anime.
tell
shit.
us what anime porn you're watching.
No,
What kind of hentai do you enjoy?
No, it's him. He recommended it to me, but it's kind of similar to what
he's
you guys are talking
obviously making a joke. But go ahead, tell us about the porn you watch.
No, it's like something with like Goku from Pokemon.
Oh, you
like,
watching
comes
Goku?
in and like
Goku from Pokemon?
So you watch mixed anime? Or
no,
hentai?
it's a Bradley thing. But go ahead.
Okay.
Nice deflection, buddy.
We're gonna get him hooked on anime. Have you? You haven't made him watch any?
No, I can't make these guys do anything, man.
Damn.
The fuck?
Yeah, they can't get you to show up on time.
No, I was here, bro. No, hold on. I was here at 10:17.
He was
here
shit. 8 minutes early.
Yeah, I was here at 10. Yeah, fuck that. He said 10:30. I'll show you the text.
Yeah,
but he didn't say
you're
10:15.
This is kind of random. But have you ever thought of doing anything with space?
Space, like in space,
like for a video or just
there'll be something next year that.
God, tell us, bro.
Well, that definitely. Yeah,
what the fuck?
You'll see something.
Of course, that's
it's almost
next year.
Yeah, next year.
We got something coming with Elon in like a few months.
Okay, you're going to space as well?
I think so, yeah. Since
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, would you, Mr. Beast, would you go to space for the video?
Again, sometime
with
next
Jeff
year.
Bezos.
That's the one thing I can't really.
Bezos?
He's going on the blue whatever thing, whatever the fuck.
You wouldn't go for the video if you like needed it?
No, I'm going. Anyways,
he doesn't want to say it. He's going to the fucking moon.
I know. I want to hear it.
Clearly, something's going on in space, but somewhere in space.
He's going crazier.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Something like that. We're still finalizing things, so it's
Is there any time where you're like, yo, I don't want to do this video? Or
I'm fucking terrified of that because like. Less than 1,000 people have gone to space, and think of all the people who have died on the way up.
Fuck that.
So like, anyways, I'm saying, but
wait, out of 1,000 people, how many? People?
That's I don't want to. Space travel is great. It's safe. We'll find out when I go.
What's
that
like
sounds super sketchy.
what video have you done where you've like been like, yo, I don't know if I want to do this one, or like you were just it made you like fuck this.
For whatever reason, I did a video where I spent 24 hours on ice, and that was probably the most miserable I've ever been in my entire.
Wait, what do you mean in ice? Because you can't spend 24 hours in ice.
We built a house out of ice, and I lived in that house for a day.
Like an igloo.
Oh my god!
But it was like fucking freezing.
What'd you do all day?
Well, we had like food, but it was like sitting on ice, which was the joke. And like we had this was back during the T-Series war. We had a giant statue of PewDiePie. So a lot of all the content was just ice.
The T-Series.
Yeah, and so
I remember that.
So you slept there too?
Yeah.
Did you sleep at all or no?
But it was a bed of ice.
Did you sleep?
No, I was shivering the whole night. It was dumb, but whatever. People.
How do you come up with that one?
I don't know. I regret that video. It was painful.
Did it do well?
Yeah, people loved it. People, weirdly enough, people love when I suffer. My most viewed videos before Squid Game were when I was buried alive, solitary confinement, like shit like that. They love it.
I remember the buried alive one. What was up with that? Like, how did you think of that? And then how do you know you're safe too? Is there any risks ever?
Well, that coffin I was buried in, we spent like $250,000 building, structural engineers, things like that. We did the numbers, and I mean, I had like 30 different engineers work on it. Also, David Blaine buried himself alive. We had him consult. So we did everything. I was probably safer in that coffin than I was above ground, to be honest.
Dude, how do you not lose your mind when you do this shit?
Well, for that one,
I couldn't do.
Well, I couldn't either, but that's why you train for it. So, like, I would sleep in a coffin in my garage, then leading up to it to like,
oh fuck,
just a couple hours, and just like, so I wouldn't have a panic because like once they bury you, you're fucking buried. It's not like you just pop out, you know?
Yeah, because that sounds
exactly.
Out.
So I had to make sure I wouldn't just have a fucking panic attack when I was underground. So yeah, we just put a coffin in my garage, and I would just sleep in it every night until I like got comfortable and like used to not being able to move and stuff like that.
Do you tell them like, hey, I'm ready to go?
Yeah, basically, I was like, bury me alive, let's fucking do it. But it's still, man, like. Because it's glass, so you can see it, and you see them dumping the dirt. And there's like 6,000 pounds of dirt on you, and the only thing standing between you and it is like this thin layer of like bulletproof glass, and it's like it's
crazy.
Scary.
Do you ever think like people like give the appreciation for like you doing that shit and being crazy as fuck?
Yeah. I mean, look at the
not
life
a big
I
deal,
live.
right?
Yeah. I think it's like. Yes, they do. I mean, like that video probably got 1 million comments, and like 900,000 were probably super positive. You know what I mean? Or 990,000. So yeah, they do. I think the only thing is like as humans, like we don't do a good job of like taking positive feedback like from a screen. Like if you're like, damn, your videos are fire, like that would be great. Like that would all I need to carry on for like a week hypothetically. But if you left a comment, it just doesn't hit the same.
I know, right?
Because it just feels like numbers on a
kind
screen.
of sad.
Yeah. So that's
you
kind
let
of
the
the
negative ones get to you so much.
For sure.
More.
Exactly. And if you read 1,000 positive comments and then you hand them one negative comment, they're gonna forget every single positive comment and only focus on that negative.
What can somebody say negative to your shit?
I don't know.
I was gonna ask you when I
I
first
don't really
started.
focus on it. So I don't really know.
Sure.
This is on the same line of what he's asking about, like negative.
Yep.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this shit's got to be fake.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's a huge problem for us now.
So do you deal with a lot of that? Like, this is fake. This is fake.
It's direct correlation. The more I spend, the more people think it's fake. So it's weird, but like, if I were to do a video where I would to give a random person on the street $1 million, I'm almost incentivized to make it 100,000 because when I go above 100,000, people just don't believe it. They just don't think it's possible that a YouTuber could have that kind of money. And so like anytime I give away $1 million in a video or a private island or like crazy shit like that, people just like, I'll get millions of people just be like, no, fake. There's just no way a fucking YouTuber could do that.
Yeah.
So it's like weird where I've reached the line where I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real.
That's bound to
That's
happen.
crazy.
Yeah, for sure. With what
We
you
get
do
that
too.
all the time too. That's fake. It's fake.
Yeah, but it's even more like a private island that, you'd be able to get a private island, build a house on it, build a runway, helicopter pad, all this stuff. Like it's even more extreme where like they're just like so many people just are so convinced it's not real.
You gave someone a private island, cost about $1 million.
We've done it a couple times.
Yeah. It's like,
I tried to convince Steve one time to do a video where he had to spend 24 hours on a jet ski, like in the ocean, because it just would have been so
dude,
funny.
That would have been fun.
But he wouldn't do it. It would have been hilarious though, right?
Hey,
Bro,
You think you could do that?
24 hours on a jet ski?
Like in the ocean, like
Yeah,
it's been
of
pretty
course.
funny.
24 hours. You trying to get him a fucking crazy sunburn or what, dude?
No, it would just be how funny would that be? Because he'd be pissed as fuck. He'd be like, "Yo, how much longer?" I don't know.
He'd be like hungry. That's
Yeah.
all. It'd
What
be like
about
food.
we talked about the analytics, but what about the science that, like, of your actual videos, like the actual content? Like, I feel like they're obviously just so like it's like mesmerizing, like how fast paced they are. Do you have like a formula for that, or like how did you guys like think to make them that fast paced?
Yeah, I mean, so at its core, the videos, I just make them in a way where I find them entertaining. So usually I'll do like 15, 20 revisions, and I'll just go till like, okay.
15 to 20?
Yeah. Like our newest video, I did 19 revisions, the one we just uploaded.
So you'll just watch it from beginning to end and be like, cut that out, do this.
Yeah,
do that.
no, sometimes I go in there and do a bullpen session where, because like, so like our last video, Survive 100 Days in a Circle, win $500,000. Like that video, we had over 10,000 hours worth of footage. So literally we had cameras rolling for 100 days straight. And then he's vlogging, and we have hundreds of hours of him vlogging. And the times I come in, we have 100+ hours. And so it's like, holy fuck, how do you make a story out of 10,000 hours of footage? How do you make a 15, 20-minute video? And so it's a lot that goes into it. Because sometimes, like, you know, the editors will take one direction, and I'll be like, no, I think we should take it this direction. Or sometimes we'll just like, you know, like, well, on day 4th of July, we'll just do this giant fireworks show and go all out and do all this crazy stuff. And it won't even make it in because it just gets lost in the sea of 10,000 hours of footage. Because like that's over a year of footage. So like to watch that all, you'd have to sit there for an entire year just to watch all the footage we recorded. So it's just like a lot of that kind of stuff where, you know, you just go back and forth.
But to go on Kyle's question, you have like a number of cuts or edits you have? Because I know you were mentioning, I heard you on Joe's podcast again, where you were talking about you guys looked at how many edits were in a video that did well versus a video that didn't do as well, like how many camera angles changes.
Well, at the end of the day, which you guys have a perfect example here, like if you were to, it's usually around like whatever. I'll just pull a number. Like it's a couple of seconds. I don't know the exact one, but we'll say 5 seconds. If you were to just talk to a camera for 5 seconds in a video and it not cut, it does get really bland. So usually like you want to have like a B cam and a C cam. It's like if I talk to this camera and mid-sentence you cut to that, and then before I finish you cut back to the middle one, it's infinitely more entertaining than if you just keep it on the middle one. So like there's just a lot of simple things like that where it's not, I can't tell you the overarching strategy, but that plus like with how you do the music and the framing and that kind of stuff, it all kind of adds up in a way where, but the thing is, I don't have any like golden rules. It's all just like what is entertaining, you know, like what makes it good. Like I feel like I've studied so much that I've just trained my brain to be a neural network to just recognize when a video is good or when a person won't watch. And also you have to put yourself in the shoes of different demographics. So I'll be like, okay, if I was like, let's say like, I don't know, a guy that loves playing Minecraft, you know, and I'm like fucking 15 and I'll watch with that mindset and I'll be like, yeah, this part would be boring. This joke sucks. And then I'll be like, all right, now let me watch from the standpoint of like a fucking 30-year-old mom watching with their kid. And they'll be like, oh, I won't understand this part. I'd like this. So you also have to like, because you can only focus on one perspective at a time. So you also have to kind of like brain shift around your demographic too, to like, you know, make sure it fits all of them. Because you can't optimize for the moms, for the dads, for the teenager that plays video games, for the, you know, girl that's watching because her brother watches it, for this person, for the 20-year-old in college, all at the same time. You have to like literally like switch your brain to like view it from different perspectives.
So how do you find the balance of it? Yeah. You know?
Well, at the end of the day, I make videos that I like, but it's just kind of like with all that in mind. So I'll just go with whatever I find the most entertaining. But you want to keep all those perspectives because with that 100 or 10,000 hours of footage, I have a lot of different ways I can take it. So it's like there are like 100 different ways I can make that video where I'll still like it, and then I just kind of find the one that's the middle ground.
Have you ever tried to like shift the content a little bit where you could bring in an older audience or be like, oh, I'm going to bring in a different demo?
Well, that's where the 18 plus YouTube would be amazing because yes, I would do videos like that if there's just a specific place. Like a MrBeast After Dark would be so much fun. Where I could do like things that are a little more, you know, scarier with the challenges or not have to, you know.
You could do
like,
some crazy shit
like
like challenges.
I feel like that would help YouTube because they got to have some ads that are trying to target older people too.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, how would they not? Like,
so yeah, to answer your question, I 100%. Give us YouTube After Dark. I'm on it.
YouTube After Dark.
That's fucking dope.
Oh,
18 plus.
I know who can make. You could probably make that call and get it done tomorrow.
You know, I'll give.
You
Susan
could give me the number and I'll call them.
Okay, I'll give you Susan's number. You give her a call.
Yes, perfect. That's amazing. I'll give her a call.
Love it.
Yeah, right after this pod.
Let's go down these questions. What were you doing in the UK?
Yeah, how was that? How was the Sidemen
that was the
shit?
fucking-
That was great. They
like a whole stadium sold out.
Well, bro, they could. I think they should have went bigger. That stadium only had 27,000 seats. I think the Sidemen, with the influence they had there, could sell out any stadium on the planet. To be honest,
They're fucking crazy too, man.
yeah, they're killing it. That match had 2.5 million concurrents, not at the peak.
I know.
Throughout the whole match.
That's fuck.
Wait,
2.5
what?
million. Yeah,
It had that many people the whole time?
yeah,
Holy fuck.
fucking killed it.
Those
They
guys are on fire
crushed
too,
the
bro.
event.
KSI is fucking massive too.
Yeah, KSI's killing it. It's like cool to see him. Well, just in general, right? Because soccer has a lot of players. So there's like 25 people there between both teams. No, 30. Like 30, and they're all big names. Like, I mean, that event was destined to kill it. Honestly, it inspired me a lot. I want to do like an influencer basketball event or something. Because like I think not enough creators are. Everyone sees the boxing and they're leaning into boxing, but no one's really leaning into other sports. Which clearly, like, there's a demand for all of it. You know?
Yeah, so, I think it was like Logan had tried the creator game and that like kind of flop thing, and then I think the natural inclination is obviously watching people fight. Like, not saying it's the only way.
But the problem is, so let's look at the biggest sports in the world. It would be hypothetically like basketball, football, soccer, those kinds of things. And, and boxing's up there. His creator game thing was track, which was all the way down here. So it just was. So like, I think like people should just be doubling down on all of the largest sports, and it would crush. Which is what the Sidemen did. Crush soccer, boxing, crush. And so I want to kind of do it more in basketball. I don't know, just kind of eye opening for me. And I don't think enough creators are leaning into sports.
I think when I first met you was years ago. Austin had like a game at the Staples.
Yeah, which was and I don't know how many concurrents I had, but I know they sold it out. And that was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
It's also just fun. Yeah.
So do you have any plans for stuff like that? Like, are you going to, obviously you do all this content, you make all these videos, and you have your businesses, but are you going to try to do more things in the same space, but like, I guess differently? Like, would you do more stuff like this that are just like kind of outside of, or would it just be another piece of content?
No, I want to do like, no, like a live stream that's not content. Like, I would love to, next year, let me get some training and be like, yo, Dude Perfect, $1 million game of basketball. We both put up $1 million, winner takes all. MrBeast squad versus Dude Perfect squad. Like, something like that would be great.
They just opened a new headquarters or something, right?
Or they announced plans for it or
something
whatever.
Like that, yeah. So like, I guess like it's almost like more collab driven stuff.
Yeah, that. But I also think like influencer versus celebrities. Like, if you got Drake and all those other people that ball like Justin and them versus like all the biggest YouTubers, I think that would also like break the fucking internet. Like, who wouldn't watch that?
But do you think they would do it? Because it's like, do you think some celebrities feel like they're bigger than some obviously creators?
I feel like times are changing, maybe, but they shouldn't anymore. If anything, they would lean into it and just grow off our audience.
Yeah,
they should.
Sure.
Have you ever been like starstruck, or has anybody hit you up where you're like, holy shit?
Not really anymore. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, who would starstruck you? I mean, I guess Elon. If I met Elon, I would be starstruck.
That's the one person.
Yeah. It's like Elon and
Kim Jong-un.
I mean, I guess I would be starstruck. I might also die.
we might go there. So
might become a
you should come with.
I want to go to North Korea.
Fuck. You sure?
Yeah, I want to go.
Wouldn't they like?
No, but it got to be like there's a way to do it. Like Dennis Rodman went there.
Yeah.
And we've had him on the pod. So
but don't they like hate America now?
I don't know. I saw this documentary. Apparently Kim Jong-un, he went to high school in Europe.
Really?
So it's like, I think he's a little more like westernized. But I don't know. I think if it was like, we'd have to be invited by them.
But what if you went over there and then Biden just drops?
I wouldn't go when Biden is in office.
Yeah. Like Biden just drops some new sanctions on them or whatever. And they're like, no, fuck it. Nelks are pawn.
If Trump was in office, I'd go because I feel like he'd be a little better negotiating. Like if something went wrong.
Yeah. I feel like Trump would try to get you out.
He definitely would.
Yeah. Because he got Rocky out of Switzerland or something, right?
Yeah.
Biden would like fall off another bike or something.
Yeah, he got ASAP Rocky home. I was like,
that was so random, but funny.
Know. It's crazy. I saw you said you might want to run for president one day?
I think it'd be fun, but we'll see. I think I could win. It's just a question of
who would win, you or Logan?
Me or Logan?
Yeah. If you had to run against each other.
Like, let's say, so this is 20 years from now, not currently, but like 20 years from now, let's say if I had $100 billion and then I would give it all away and be like, I can't be bought, give away all my money, and then just actually do whatever's good for people and not have political agendas, not give a shit about lobbying, just genuinely just do whatever the fuck's good.
Please.
And then I just don't see why people wouldn't vote for me. I mean, Logan, he'd be
I'd fucking vote for that.
But I think like, everyone's so old. It's like we need to just age down the president just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, do they have to keep being fucking 70 and 80? Like, Can they be more like 40 or 50?
Yeah,
you got to go in with your own money too. Yeah,
that's a banger thumbnail for you too.
I ran
You're stupid.
I ran for president. That would be a
That's
huge
fucking
video.
Crazy.
Hey,
dude, that's really.
I'm
funny.
giving random people that vote for me $1 million. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. But if
It's
not,
got to be 100%.
imagine if that's legal, but you can't bash other alcohol companies. I still can't get over that.
It's fine.
Here, I'll do it for you.
It's so political.
I'll do it for you. Fuck Budweiser.
There we go.
Who else is out there? Fuck White Claw.
Yeah.
Are those the only ones?
How do you bash Hershey's when you bash Hershey's?
I just throw their bar at the wall and stomp on it.
This
nice.
is trash.
That's
No,
so
that's
crazy.
industry is so political.
This is the
like
regulation.
it's
That's
all controlled
wild.
by like it's
Just
all
old
money,
ass
bro.
guys
Yeah.
that are used to it. And it's funny because you're gonna like 3 or 4 years from now when you guys are exponentially bigger than you currently are, you're just gonna be that guy that they just all fucking hate because you're just fucking up the industry. And they just have this money printing machine and then they're gonna be like, fuck.
There's so many rules that I see that we can't do, but because like we're such a target, you
Yeah.
know, like they could easily just outspend us
They
like in a lawsuit or something
Yeah.
like that. But then I'll see other people do it, like the biggest players, and I'm like, oh my god, like they're getting away with like illegal shit.
Just 'cause they can.
Because they can.
Yeah, because no one
it's
cares.
just-
a
they
You
job.
talk
bought
about
and
certain
controlled.
advertising of like the relationship with their product.
Yeah,
to
like
others.
I'm sure Budweiser's tight with the fucking California liquor board, like person.
Wait,
right?
there's
Like,
a
they
liquor board?
or like the liquor, yeah, like the people
Wow.
that control the liquor laws in California, like they probably grab dinner
Crazy.
like 3 times a year, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you know
definitely.
how it is. It's all
Yeah.
politics. Like,
Yeah.
You
That's
said you said at first your mom wanted you to go to community college.
Yeah.
How supportive of you is she now?
Oh, she's great. She loves it. Yeah. She actually still helps. The thing is, like, I don't know the login to my bank accounts or like literally anything. I don't really know where any of my money is. So,
Yeah.
because I have people who take care of it. So her job is just to make sure they're not stealing money and take care of all that stuff, which is great. Because
Yeah.
there's no one on the planet you can trust more than your mom.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, literally someone could just siphon away a couple $1 million and I just literally wouldn't know for probably 5 years because I just
Is
don't
there like
handle
a
that.
I told you so moment, or are you just like
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, I love her. The thing is, like, you know, she's a single mom, and we didn't have much money growing up and stuff like that. So like, it's great. I love spoiling her. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Statistically, it's just like 1 in a trillion that I am where I am
Sure.
for how we came up and how we got here. So it definitely wasn't easy. There was many nights where, you know, she just wants me to do my high school homework and study. And that we would just fight and like yell at each other. And I'd just be like, I'm not doing it. I want to make videos. And she'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? And she just didn't understand, which how would she, you know?
Yeah, I think Brad's gonna ask, but I'm kind of curious. Like, how do you even start? Like, yo, there's a play here, or like, yo, I can start uploading.
I didn't tell her I had a channel till I had 10,000 subscribers. So she just
Oh.
thought I was talking to people in my room. And a lot of times I'd wait till she went to bed.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother.
What
I
does he
honestly
do?
feel like Steiny went to the bathroom and put the Joe Rogan podcast on because it was very early on the Joe Rogan podcast. Came
Yeah.
back, was like, so your mom told you to do
No, I already watched that.
Okay, dude.
I don't.
Yeah.
After I don't
That
have
was
to
like in the
mention you. I
first
watch
7
Joe
minutes
Rogan
of
every
the
time
what
I
was
ask a
that
question.
like? How did that come about?
What the
Like you being on Joe Rogan?
Oh, that was
That's fucking
great.
crazy, bro.
How did that come about? I think I just shot him a DM on Instagram, and then he just was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it." No, he was really cool, really down to earth. I had a lot of fun. He's almost like a dad. It's like sounds weird to say,
the
but
man,
like
yeah.
that's
Yeah, he's
exactly how
dope.
I would like put it. And I like how he just, you know, objectively just wants to learn, and he just will talk to anyone and just you know put things just. Have an open mind and just try to learn things. It's
Yeah,
very
he's
rare
so
to find.
open-minded. Some people
Yeah.
like. Do some people not like Joe Rogan? Like
Well, he had that whole like
COVID shit, I guess.
Yeah.
the COVID stuff, and then they did this whole like the clipping of like the racist shit, and then I made it a problem when he was like not agreeing with the COVID thing, and then they're like, look at this old footage.
How
of
do you
him,
not
and
like Joe Rogan? That's
Yeah.
so fucking
No,
I don't
he's
know,
the man.
man.
I was gonna ask, what do you think's your biggest accomplishment?
Well, actually,
so far?
real quick before we jump
Sure.
off this, like that Joe Rogan podcast, by the way, was fucking crazy
Yeah.
for us. Like, you know, obviously we all know Joe Rogan's big, but I didn't realize how big he was until afterwards when I go into Walmart and like, you know, these old dudes would just be like, "Holy shit, you were on Joe Rogan," and like never would have like said, or they would come up to me, they'd be like, "Oh, my kid loves your videos," blah blah. But I mean, thousands of times, like just the oldest fucking people you can think of would be like, "Oh my god, you're the guy on Joe Rogan," and it actually did a lot for us. And a lot of times when I talk to like other people who do marketing or like on the business side, a lot of them, they just know me from Joe Rogan. Like it's actually
Wow.
very OP. Like you should, if you can, I mean, I don't know, you're probably like a fucking 15-year-old kid, but if you ever get a chance, go on Joe Rogan. It's great.
The very few though that can
Yeah,
offer to do that.
you should. Like it's wild. I mean, I don't know how many views he's getting an episode, but it's got to be like
Have any
30
parents
million.
ever offered you to like come to a birthday or anything
Oh,
crazy?
all the time. Yeah.
Have you done it?
No.
Big
One
bag
time-
or no?
Well, one time I was really, really busy, and I just like this one billionaire really wanted me to say hi. Well, I'm not gonna go in depth, but someone wanted me to say
like video
something
hi
to
or go
video hi to kid, and so it like I was just like, I mean, I just don't care. I got to film. Like no, and then he was like, name a price. I was like, $250,000, and he was like, sure. Like,
oh
shit.
my God.
So
there we go.
It was like a 1 minute video.
What?
Where I just said hi, and then he paid me for it.
Fuck the cameo. app.
Yo, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Yeah, because I just pulled a number on my ass because I was like, bro, I'm sorry.
Did you
I just
actually get the
swung.
money?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
It's just
Who the
his
fuck
kid
is
really
this guy?
liked him.
Money first or Shoutout first?
No, I just did it. I mean, I knew he was good for it. The guy's really wealthy. And then
Can you connect Brad with him? Brad, you get 5,000.
Bro,
2,500.
Give me like, yeah, what? Like 20 maybe?
Yeah, it was. When he first said yes, I was like, oh. I was expecting him to be like, no, maybe like 50 grand. But he's just like, yeah, fuck it. Just say hi to my kid.
Wow, that's
and I was
crazy.
like, okay, I guess.
Damn, no hints on who that was?
No, fuck no. He'd kill me. He would kill me.
That's fair. That's fair. Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Were you stoked when you heard the lifting thing? Because we planned that.
Yeah, at the start. Before you came in, they told me to say that.
I mean, I thought you guys are fucking with me regardless.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you faked it for the podcast.
Just for the,
You
for
have
the
a,
benefit of
you have
everyone.
a fake personality.
No, I
you've been
ran
for
with the
viewership
joke
because
I've
that's
worked
all
with
you
these
get.
guys
Yeah,
for a
see,
long
I like
time.
this guy. Yeah.
I ran with these
Gotcha.
guys for a long time to make a lot of bullshit jokes about me that I run for their benefit.
How many
Like a
times do you
code
think
or
you could
something?
bench the bar, though?
The bar?
Yeah.
Like
if he
the-
was going to say, I could pay $1 every bench,
So
Oh, fucking forever. I can do that for like.
we had a guy.
100,000? No way.
No.
You could do 10,000 maybe.
Well, so we had, for a little context, we had a guy. Here's one that I know the answer for. We had if I gave you, well, what was it? 1 pound weight. How many times could you curl it?
Oh, fucking forever.
How many?
dude.
Pick a number.
I don't know, dude. Like fucking 500. It just might would be tired. Like
Yeah,
not
so-
even
Yeah,
like
well, that's
weight
How
the
many?
point.
wise.
I know the answer because we had a guy similar build as you, like a fucking.
That guy's probably fucking weak though.
No, but he was fucking.
Is he all
huge.
natural
What's
or
his
no?
name?
Well, wait. Is he
Uh,
all natural?
No, he wasn't a celebrity. He's just like one of the biggest guys I've ever seen. Slightly smaller than you, but around that.
But
And
like
we gave
size
him,
doesn't always matter.
yeah, of course, but still, we gave him 1 pound weight. And I said every time he curled it, he got $1. And motherfucker went for like a day.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but then his arm eventually gave out. So I'm curious, how many curls do you think you could do?
Fuck, I don't know. I mean, 500,000.
No, he did. I think it was 25,000 curls before his arm gave out.
I'm doing tripling that easy.
You think so?
Yeah, I guarantee
You
it.
should do a video on your channel now. See if you can do above 25,000.
He's going to put
curls.
you in the thumbnail somehow.
You're a
though.
little. And,
Mr.
yeah,
Beast challenged me. You're in the thumbnail.
I don't give a shit.
You're not in the video,
That's
but
a good ass joke.
there you go.
Finally, you got a good joke.
Well, he did it with two.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'll
Brad's
do.
a thumbnail master too.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly
He
what
is.
I'll do.
Yeah.
More of a
He's not in the
title
video,
guy.
but he's in the thumbnail.
Yo, I
The
love
guy's
it.
smart.
That's funny.
Fuck you guys.
No, do it. Fuck yeah. Hey, put this clip in there. I give him permission to put me in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
Let's
see, there you
go.
There you go.
Big
Yeah.
video.
I'm gonna be like, he challenged me to I think I could do triple that.
Okay.
Did you?
I bet $10,000 Bradley Martin can't curl 1 pound weight 75,000 times.
Oh, let's go.
All right. I expect to see this video.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Now he actually has a video.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do it for real.
Hell yeah. Well, I think this has been sweet, bro.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
has
it's
been
been
fun.
amazing,
You
bro.
guys are
Appreciate
chill. Yeah, it's cool to see. Like I think like you guys definitely have evolved over the last few years. You seem more like mellow and businessy and just like it's great. Like this was a lot of
They
fun.
thank me all the time for that.
Yeah, were you
Yeah.
the
Not
man
the
behind
businessy
scene?
part, the mellow.
Real
Like
quick thing.
I didn't show up and they just have fucking strippers come out or like crazy shit like that, which I think like 3 years ago you would have done.
Did you expect that or
maybe.
not?
Yeah, you would have fucked with him.
That's
for
on the
sure.
Nelk main channel.
No, but
So we
still,
got, like,
well,
yeah.
maybe I don't know. Just at least online, you guys just seem like you've matured a lot, and it's cool to see.
I'm fired up for short form content now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really hyped on shorts.
Because I feel like we've been hitting like a bit of a like wall like recently, but I feel like short form content too is like I'm really excited for that for some reason.
Yeah.
It's good for us.
You don't got to
too.
get stuck on like expanding an idea too much. It's just like that idea quick.
Exactly.
You don't got to overthink it. I don't know.
Banger.
It's cool.
Yeah, he just 6 months to make a video. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you were in the bathroom.
Oh,
when
He was
we
in
did
the
that.
bathroom. Yeah, you walked away. He was talking about the
Well,
time
here's
of
the thing.
production.
So we've already signaled that the podcast is ending, so people are leaving in droves.
Yeah.
So you should end it
All right.
like now.
Dude, look at that expert shit
All right,
right
we're
there.
Bye.
Mr.
Fuck
Beast,
with that.
Mr. Beast, you're the man.
Thank
Yes,
you, bro.
thank you,
You're
man.
the man.
Awesome.
Thank you,
You guys
man.
killed
That was
it.
cool.
Hell yeah. Good shit.
That was
Good.
awesome. That was amazing.
Holy fuck.